Welcome back to Serie A Spotlight. We're your hosts Jake
and Matt.
You know what time it is?
Jake and I will have a very special soft spot for Salernitana.
We love now.
This might be bad.
But your group has really some characters in it, no?
Ora naħseb.
Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of Serie A Spotlight. This is episode 223 and we're your hosts Jake
and Matt,
here to run you through our tops, flops and unsung heroes for every single Serie A club in the 25-26 season.
If you guys follow us, you'll be used to us covering every single match, every single team, every single week. But with the season now over, we decided to have a holistic view from Inter all the way down to Pisa, giving you our tops, flops and unsung heroes. But stay tuned till the very end of the episode because we have a special segment with our patrons where we'll be giving you our top 11, our starting 11. How would you describe this?
Our best Serie A 11 using one player from each team maximum.
Exactly. So you can imagine the different, well, or not so different.
Apparently
we'll
Matt
see.
and I have one player that is different only.
Yeah.
But the rest hopefully will be very different and we can react to them.
Exactly. I want to get straight into this episode, so I am going to give a quick shout out to our media partners, Benevo Bid. So check
Benevo
out.
for benevolent.
Exactly.
Which
because
means goodwill.
most of the proceeds go to charity. And what a time it is to get yourself some sick autographed merch, guys. Summer. Who doesn't want some sick autographed merch during summer? So check out the link in our bio. Get autographed items from top players, including match-issued kits. And if you check out their socials, you could see the authenticity behind each item. Most of the proceeds go to charity. So click the link in our bio, make a difference, and upgrade your wardrobe. If you guys are new here, please do follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, and give us a 5-star rating wherever you get your podcasts, or give us an honest rating. I'm hoping your honest rating would be 5 stars, but feel free to humble us. This really helps us grow, obviously, and allows us to attract more people to listen to this beautiful show where we cover everyone.
And to join our community, which has always been my favorite part of this.
Absolutely. If you really love us and want early access, live episodes, and much more, become a patron. It's $3.99 a month, and you'll also be added to a group chat with 70 plus like-minded legends. Join our fantasy league and even win a free kit of your choice for winning the league. Alan, we know where you live.
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Us.
Expect us. We know where you live. You'll also get a chance to feature on our Patreon Corner segment throughout our episodes where you can have your say live on our show. But brother, I want to get started immediately with tops, flops, and unsung heroes. This is my favorite episode, even though, Jake, you did me dirty, and I'm going to call you out live on air. Because I had that 5-day bender from Thursday to Sunday, and I told you, should we move the episode? Because I only have 1 day to prep tops, flops, and unsung heroes for 20 teams. And you're like, bro, it took me just an hour and a half. So I did yesterday, and it took me 6 hours non-stop after work, bro. So I did 8 hours of work, got home, chilled for half an hour, and then did another 6-hour shift.
So that's right. You listening, you're welcome. It is thanks to me that you have a Tuesday episode.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Anything for the patrons.
Yeah, that's called a white lie.
I guess a white lie or fucking bullshit, bro.
Inter. Shall we announce immediately? We say club, top, flop, unsung hero, and we name them, and then we discuss.
Yes, I think like you start, say your top, flop, and unsung hero. Not my top is 3, 2, 1. It'll take too long. So yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with Inter.
Yes.
My top is Di Marco. My flop is Sommer. My unsung hero is Bastoni.
Okay, nice one with the unsung hero. I see what you did.
Yeah.
Got too much hate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not even unsung. He is a criticized hero because he had a good season.
Yeah,
overall.
very good season.
Still one of the best defenders in the league.
I don't think his season was as good as the previous seasons.
No.
But that's when someone, like when you have those high expectations for him, is because he's reached a certain level.
There were just certain moments at the end of the season that really pumped the criticism up to an exaggerated high.
And a lot of them were Italy related for the national team,
and the Juve
but that won them the game.
Yes, but all of Italy was booing him after that.
Yes,
Yeah.
but Inter fans were probably quite pleased about that, even if, you pretended not to be.
Yeah.
We're Teo Hernandez
But
fans, we
even-
know what it's about.
But even the Inter fans were split, huh? Some people were saying that that's not behavior that is worthy of the Inter shirt.
But nicking a scudetto of Juve, that is it's completely fine. A bit of banter, guys, I'll live it up. Top, DeMarco. Flop, Sommer. Unsung, Zielinski.
Ooh.
Not completely unsung, but I thought there were times where he was their best player, and I don't think many people are admitting that at times he was their best player. He had such a disappointing spell last season after joining Inter that the improvement was so drastic. It kind of reminds me of Modric when he joined Real that first season versus that second season. He went into a midfield that has such particular qualities that, like last season, Frattesi didn't fit into it. Zielinski
even this
didn't
season.
fit into it.
In fact, he was my other flop candidate, Frattesi.
But they have so many particular qualities in that midfield. But he managed to fit in pretty much all three roles.
Yeah.
6 goals, 3 assists. All his goals were bangers, barring one that was a rebound and a winner in the Derby d'Italia.
Yeah. No, he had a fantastic season, especially when it came to covering for Çalhanoğlu.
Yeah.
Because that position is very hard, and it's a position that Zielinski isn't totally comfortable with, because
Exactly.
he typically plays further up. So absolutely brilliant shout, bro. Just to talk about Bastoni a little bit, he has his per 90 stats are still very good. He has 2 tackles per game, 4 recoveries per game. Now remember that Inter play on the front foot, so this is quite impressive. Only 0.84 conceded from 0.79 xG. Against him. He has decent dual stats as well, and his passing and shooting stats compared to other defenders are top. Very good stats.
Keep in mind,
overall.
he also has a higher responsibility because he plays on the same side as DeMarco. Both of them are defenders that love going forward, but Bastoni does do a lot of covering for DeMarco when he's going up and whipping in those crosses.
Yeah.
So I can imagine even his distance covered for a centre back would be quite high.
Absolutely, bro. There's also to point out Frattesi as a potential flop, bro. He only played 553 minutes
My
this
God.
season. He only made 3 starts. He didn't impress, bro. He is
He
a
needs to
player
go.
that is lost at the moment.
He
in
needs
this
to go.
Inter
He's a
side.
good player. He
Yeah.
needs to start games.
He's a very specific player, I think. I think he fits as a second striker. I would play him as a second striker.
I
Frattesi.
would play him as Pasalic played in the height of his career for Atalanta. Just
Yeah.
a midfielder in the right place at the right
Yeah.
time, kind of like a shadow striker. Shout
Yeah,
out,
that's
of
it.
course, to DeMarco. How can you break the assist record with 17 assists and not be Inter's top? 24 goals and assists, 2,704 minutes played versus his 2,229 last year, which means he played more than 500. He played around 500 minutes more than he did last season. He was in 10 team of the weeks, absolutely undisputed.
He also got 2.7 key passes per match, and he created 33 big chances. this
You're
season.
kidding me,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
He's fucking the best player in the world. Sommer, of course, soft goalkeeping all around the season. He had one incredible save. Where he kind of floated in the air and with
And
the ball.
he extended with his right, but saved it with his left.
So
or
weird. It's
something.
like he's surfing, man.
Yeah.
He did forget how to catch a ball this season or parry a shot to safety. He prevented minus 2.15 goals this season, just to give you some stats on how poor some of his goalkeeping was. So that's Inter.
That's Inter. Yes, let us know what you think always, guys, below. And we can move on to Napoli.
Yes, I will start this one.
Okay.
I'll start Napoli. I already know I did a little something with the decision for my top. I went top Højlund.
Ooh.
I went flop Lucca, and I went unsung hero Lobotka. Cop out.
Very
Lobotka.
nice. Nice. I'll tell you mine and then we'll discuss. I went top McTominay, flop Buongiorno,
Of course.
unsung hero Spinazzola.
I thought about going Spinazzola. I
Spinazzola
think
had a really good year, man.
he did have a very good year. We'll get into that very soon. We're disagreeing on the tops over here.
Okay. Let's talk tops.
I'll start. I went Højlund. So I understand McTominay is obviously, he is the X factor of Napoli. You watch him play and he stands out every game, even when he's not scoring those goals. The way he is on the ball, the way he carries the ball forward. Of course, he had a bit of a slower start this season with the whole adjusting to a 4-center midfield kind of system with Conte. I looked at Højlund and I empathized with what he was made to do. So Højlund is the type of striker that breaks lines. Højlund wants to be on the shoulder of the last defender, running to get that through pass, just like Vlahovic was at Fiorentina, and just like Højlund was at Atalanta. He is he is a rapid forward. But what he was made to do was something completely different. He was made to play a Conte system where he needed to hold up play similar to Lukaku.
I would say a combination of both, right?
A combination of both. Luka flopped attempting that. Lukaku recovered, but naturally burnt a bridge with Conte. So it was all up to Højlund. And he got 12 goals and 5 assists in his first season back in Serie A after that spell at United. And I thought he fared well in the and teams started getting the better of Napoli when they started man-marking Højlund and marking him out of the game. So I think he was very central to how they played.
Fair enough. For me, McTominay, of course, embodies Napoli and the spirit of Napoli and the spirit of Conte, funnily enough. 10 goals, 3 assists, top percentile statistically in all stats when it comes to shooting and possession. He's just a super well-rounded player. For me, he's a top player. He can pitch in with important goals, man. He can kind of play up to the opponent when the game gets a little bit dirty. He can get down and grind.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? No, for me McTominay is the top. But I respect your Højlund call.
For me, McTominay is probably pound for pound my favorite player in the world. So I'm not gonna disagree with you over there.
Fair enough.
Flop, I went Luka, you went Buongiorno.
For me, Luka only had 4 starts and he scored 1. You know what I mean?
He had 4 starts after signing from Udinese for 35 million after a season where he scored 12 goals and assisted 2. He joined and was just instantly loaned out. He didn't fit, and to me, he looked bad. Now, of course, he wasn't given enough time. The manager didn't take a liking to him. Maybe he'll be better under Allegri. But for me, he flopped because he signed for 35 million. I couldn't give it to De Bruyne because he arrived on a free at 34 years old. Luka is 24, and he signed for 35 mil. So it has to be him in my eyes.
No, fair enough. For me, I will continue to say that he was not given enough time.
Yes.
And immediately they showed that they didn't trust him because Lukaku was injured. Luka had the opportunity to play a little bit and they brought in Højlund. They did everything they could to bring him in.
Yeah.
For me, especially after last season, yes, he had this breakout season at Udinese last year in Serie A because he's been doing it in Serie B for a while. 12 goals, you buy a striker from Udinese who scored 12 goals, you don't expect him to hit the ground running. And actually, statistically, he scored 1 man in 4 starts. That's what you kind of expect when you buy a young striker. You give him time, ease him in slowly. I was shocked that they loaned him out. It's almost like they gave up on him immediately. And the loan wasn't a loan with a purpose. When you're loaning out to like the likes of Nottingham Forest, you want to
cover his wages, please.
Yeah,
that's all it was.
That's it.
Okay, unsung hero, I went Lobotka. He continues to be the heartbeat of this team. He simply doesn't misplace his passes. He is press resistant. And the thing that impressed me most about him this season, which maybe typically I liked him for his short passing and press resistance. I saw a really good passing range from him this season, which I think is an area where he particularly improved. He also wins his duels and draws a lot of fouls for Napoli. So he simply continues to be the heartbeat, and I think he was so unsung that he suddenly became overrated, and now he's unsung once again.
Fair enough. That's a good way of putting it. I like Lobotka and I rate him very highly. For me, it was Spinazzola. I thought that he provided a lot of energy this season. I thought that he was good in both phases of the game, especially going forward. He really impressed me. his weaknesses, I was looking at the stats, were his recoveries and his duels. But other than that, he's extremely well-rounded. Top-tier passing and shooting stats, especially for his position. I was really impressed by Spinazzola this year. 3 goals, 3 assists, especially comparing him to the Spinazzola that we remember going to the Euros, a player who relied mostly on his pace. Now he's completely different. He's even lost his pace, I would say, but his technical ability has really improved.
Yeah, agreed.
A point to make on Buongiorno, by the way, was I just want to highlight the massive dip that he has had from last season, because his interceptions and his recoveries and his duels, those 3 stats in particular, remain in the top percentile. He remains very good at those. But when it comes to his tackling and, quite frankly, his awareness, he has really dipped. And it has made him a little bit of a liability.
He looks rusty, he looks clunky, he's often just a step out of position with someone with his immobility could be detrimental. How many times did we see strikers just gliding past him?
Turning him.
He stood out like a sore thumb in that defense. And he's been there 2 seasons now. You kind of expect better from Buongiorno. I considered him for flop as well.
Yeah.
Let's jump to Roma.
You're up.
Go ahead. No, you are.
Oh, top Marlon, flop El Ainawi, and unsung hero Indica.
Okay.
You?
Shout out to Daniel, who corrected us and said 18 assists, not 17 for DeMarco. I thought it was 18, but Fotmob told me 17. So interesting. The camera's shaking. Let's be careful.
Yeah.
I went top Malen, flop Dovbik, unsung hero Brian Cristante. Can we pull let's pull the table back a bit? Yeah,
that's
I think that's better.
Okay.
Unsung hero Cristante. So top, we agree. Malen, he joined in January. And he took Roma to the Champions League.
Exactly.
He took them there.
14 goals, 2 assists, and 18 starts. He's an unbelievable player. There's no need to...
No bullshit. Direct, accurate, aggressive, and unfazed.
The perfect amount of touches every time.
Best striker in the league. Best striker in the league. Flop, you went El Ainawi. Interesting.
I think he's a really good passer of the ball, El Ainawi. But I thought he really struggled to assert himself, and I found it very difficult, to be honest, to pick a flop for Roma. But now that you mentioned Dovbik, I think I might have overlooked him, because that's a great shout. He didn't impress Gasperini, and Gasperini was calling for a striker immediately.
Before Gasperini even arrived, I didn't like though. In fact, over here I said tough, because she was out of favor by Gasperini from day one. They attempted the swap with Jimenez, and they benched him for Ferguson, and Ferguson is another flop. But you could argue that he's young. It's his first season in the league. Dovbik is someone that was capocannoniere in Spain, you know.
With
Girona. But he struggled in his first season, but this season he never even got started. I thought he was a disaster, the poor guy, man.
He wasn't great at all.
It's of course I think a bit harsh on El Ainawi.
It was, but he only managed 8 starts, man, and that's quite bad in a season. You know, of course. There are a bit of growing pains over here, because you can tell he's a good passer of the ball.
He was also like their third choice, because they wanted that guy Richard Rios.
From Benfica.
From Benfica.
Good player.
Or from Sporting, and now he's at I don't know, something like that. Unsung hero.
I was going to go for Rensch, I have to admit, because of the last stretch of the season. Rensch was contributing to goals. He was really carrying. But then I thought about it more, and I thought, okay, Roma play a back 3, and in that back 3 there's Mancini, and Mancini gets all the plaudits because he scores goals. He's a fan favourite, you know what I mean? Then you look at the other players who are spoken about highly. El Shaarawy is a fan favourite, Dybala, Malen. A player whose name isn't often mentioned is Indica. And Indica is so important when it comes to his composure, his awareness, his presence on the pitch. Keeps everything a little bit calmer for Roma.
No, I completely agree, and I think I said out of the defenders, he's the one that impressed me the most this season. I thought he was amazing, and last season, I think he didn't miss a minute for Roma when we were doing the segment. I think I had him in my unsung because he didn't miss a minute for Roma. I tried to go a bit even more unsung than Indica, and I went Brian Cristante because he's actually very heavily criticized because he has certain limitations, but for the role that he carries out, his in a typically a two-man midfield where they have the more adventurous and then the more pragmatic. I think he does the pragmatic part so good, and the stats speak for themselves. I mean, he's in the 98th percentile for duels won of players in his position, and 98th percentile for aerial duels won in his position as well. 97th percentile for successful passes and accurate long balls. Brian with a Y, man.
Brian with a Y.
Brian with a Y.
Brian
has a Y.
Crazy. Like,
And that's destroying.
it's like Ryan with bass.
Brian.
He is a coach's dream, Brian Cristante.
It's
and-
Gasparini's dream.
I mean, Gasparini had worked with him previously. I'm sure he was happy to find him there. So yeah, Brian Cristante was my unsung hero last year, I believe, bro. So
Interesting.
nice
We
to-
swapped
nice
them
to-
around.
Swapped them around, literally.
Great character development on Serie A Spotlight. Don't get me wrong. They should probably replace Brian Cristante with an upgraded Brian Cristante. Maybe a more well-rounded player, but I thought Brian Cristante was very unsung.
Cristante is a good squad player.
Yeah.
You want him for certain matches. You don't want to be playing front foot against a team that's shutting up shop and really just letting you have the ball. And you've got someone like Cristante. I mean, his passing range isn't bad, but you can afford to have someone a little bit more inventive in those games.
He has a bit of Materazzi in him, not the way that he enters tackles, but the way he gets all up in your grill with his size and whatever. Reminds me a bit of Materazzi in a very weird way.
Let's call it an intimate play style.
Yes, an intimate play style.
Yeah.
Como, brother.
Yes, you're up.
So Como, I went top. This is the easiest one, and I don't mean to be mainstream, but it's obviously Nico Paz. If you try to do anything other than Nico Paz, you're wrong.
You're a poser.
18 goals and assists, 3.8 shots per 90, including 1.5 shots on target. All of this whilst being one of the only true dribblers left in Serie A. For me, it's like him and Kenan Yildiz. Such a joy to watch, and I am absolutely praying that he stays another season at Como because he's so fun to watch. I'm talking free kicks, I'm talking dribbling in tight positions, I'm talking no-look passes that sometimes make his team concede a goal.
Roulette.
That just such a smart and fun number 10 that is dying in football. So Nico Paz for sure. Flop, I went Morata. I had to go Morata because...
Remember to name them first.
You're right, sorry. Top, Paz, flop, Morata, unsung, Dacunia.
Yeah. So I went top Paz, flop Morata, and unsung hero Dacunia.
Amazing. So I said why I chose Paz. Why did I ask why you chose Morata?
So Morata's my flop because bringing in a striker with the international pedigree and the CV that Morata has should mean that he's going to start more than 9 games, and it probably means that he shouldn't be walking off the pitch against Cagliari because Yerry Mina was mean to him.
So that exactly.
Yeah,
So
and just honestly, man, his body language and everything really rubbed me the wrong way. He looked irritated the entire time he was on the pitch. He finished the season with 0 goals and 1 assist. And what annoyed me the most was how active he was in the Champions League qualification celebrations. Like he was a key player or something.
that's the main thing that pisses me off. So 0 goals and 1 assist, which is Santi Jimenez level of shit.
Literally, actually.
Yes,
Same stats.
Absolutely. And Charles de Ketelare as well. He had the exact same stats. But for me, it's that you at least, for someone that has lifted the Euros, and albeit not the best Spain player in that team, but he was the captain, you know, at least bring elite mentality. You are with a group of youngsters that are going to look up to you. There's a bunch of Spanish players that weren't called up for the Euros where he lifted the trophy. How is he just walking off the pitch when Yerry Mina gives him a bit of stick? You know, this is the same guy that played for Real Madrid. in the battles with fucking Diego Godin at Atletico. He played at Atletico as well. He's been in rivalries.
I think
you know?
maybe that's the point. Maybe at this point of his career, he feels like Yerry Mina's thuggery and the street level kind of approach to the game is something that he doesn't really tolerate at this stage in his career, which is ridiculous because
Go
you
play
have to grind, you have to
badminton, man. Go play badminton or
Yeah.
padel.
no, I was very unimpressed by Morata.
Dacunia.
Dacunia he's the mind and the lung of the team.
Yes. Yes.
He
has
runs
3
the
lungs.
show,
He has
yes.
3 lungs.
Yeah, he's the real MVP of that team. I think that that team. So Dacunia was scouted, by the way. He was a winger when he was
Okay.
scouted, and they used the algorithm to scout him. And they saw
Moneyball.
that despite his stats as a winger not being great, he had very good possession stats and distribution stats. And they brought him in for peanuts. It was less than a million, I believe. And they turned him into a midfielder, and he happens to be a key player for this Como side that has qualified for Champions League now.
Not only a key player, man. I mean, he. So firstly, he's still 24, Dacunia, and he plays like a 30-year-old. Honestly, with his level of maturity in that midfield, 97th percentile for accurate passes, 90th percentile for successful dribbles, 95th percentile for recoveries, 6 goals and 4 assists, started 31 matches, played 2,748 minutes. Just a beast. One of the most well-rounded midfielders in the league.
Yeah.
Honestly, him and Perrone next to each other, chef's kiss.
Straight up.
And penalties, wow. He didn't miss a single one.
No, he's super from the spot. And I believe Paz has missed, right? Paz missed one against
Yes,
Vanya
I
once.
think Paz missed 2. I think he took 2 penalties in a row. We're like, why is he still on
Yeah,
that kind
yeah,
of
I
thing?
remember,
And
I
then no
remember.
bullshit, Dacunia.
There we do Milan.
Yes, I have like 7 flops, I think.
It was hard to pick one. I have to.
This
admit,
was, it was actually the hardest one, the flop
It
for
was,
Milan, but it
and-
was also the easiest one, if you catch my drift.
There are
You start.
There are many different ways of looking at the flop.
Yes.
I just looked at the flop with keeping in mind that what my expectations going into the season were.
Exactly.
So I wasn't
That's what
expecting,
defines a flop.
I wasn't expecting Jimenez to score 20 goals.
Yes.
I was expecting him to score more than 0, don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. But
Mhm.
but obviously there are people who have disappointed me more. Let's get into it. So my top is Modric,
Mhm.
my flop is Leao, and my unsung hero is Gabbia.
Amazing.
The same?
Amazing. No. So I had Modric until the end, and then I changed it. I went Magic Mike.
Magic
so
Mike.
here I have. Sorry. Top Manyan, flop Leao, unsung Bartezaghi.
Very nice.
And I have reasons for all, because I agree with you for Gabbia. I agree with you for Modric, but I have fan reasons as well that differ a bit to yours.
Please.
So here, tempted to give it to Modric, but it has to be Mike. He prevented 10.53 goals in a system that typically supports slender leads. He saved 2 penalties, all while trying to be sold to Chelsea. Saved Milan on so many occasions.
I agree with that. I mean, Mike was a consistent performer this season for Milan, and I think there was only one game where he
made one error that led
and
to a
funnily
goal.
enough was against Como.
Yes, but then there were also a few moments of soft goalkeeping at his near post. But I think, by the way, statistically he was the best goalkeeper this season. Huh? Statistically, he was the best goalkeeper this season.
I mean, look, even if you put the stats aside, there are 3 goalkeepers who are a caliber above. You have Carnesecchi, you have Zvilar, and you have Manyan. Those 3 are great. Absolutely.
We're getting a lot of funny comments about Milan's flops.
Flop.
Allegri, admit it, Jake, admit it. Milan, flop. You're not wrong. Leao's our flop.
Just to talk a little bit about Modric.
Oh,
of
yes,
course,
sorry, I forgot about that.
He orchestrated the midfield, and obviously that's what you expect from, right? But what really impressed me about Modric was his desire that he brought to the team. That it's a shame it wasn't contagious towards the latter part of the season. But when you're approaching the 90th minute and the person who's charging at their centre-backs pressing is Luka Modric, 40-year-old Luka Modric, that's unbelievable for me.
No,
And he just showed that he's a level above everyone else for
that's
me.
it. And that is, you look at the greatest players, and that's the key differentiating factor. No, it's their desire. Because I was looking at Modric play for me, and I'm like, someone give this guy a burger, man. He's so hungry. He's just sprinting for 95 minutes non-stop. Please, someone give Modric, a burger. Someone.
Flop.
Leao.
So Leao was Milan's top scorer. That has to be said. But many of the goals came in the first part of the season.
Yes.
And many of the goals came in games where, had he not scored, people would have gone mental. The performance was so frustrating.
I know.
And it's just that he never looked himself this season. Up until match day 38, when he came on against Cagliari with 15 minutes to go, that's when he looked the most himself, funnily enough.
Yep.
But an entire season of him finding space on the left and not being able to take on the player. Now, I don't know, again, if this is a fitness reason, if it was instructions, if it was an injury, if it's an attitude issue. I don't know what it is. But all I know is that the player that we know in Leao did not exist last season.
No, he didn't exist this season. He started to drop off last season as well. Leao, I was excited for Leao this season because Milan got Allegri and they were playing an Allegri system. An Allegri system that we know is very pragmatic, but if you have players that can beat their man and players that can attack space, then you're going to play a really good brand of counter-attacking football, like he did at Juve with Tevez, with Morata, and those kind of players that he had at Juve. However, he never got started, he never beat his man, he never created something out of nothing. He scored 9 goals, 2 of them were penalties. He got 3 assists, but be it attitude, fitness or position, he was a tough watch this season, Leao.
That's exactly it, man. He was a tough watch. That's what's hard, because there were players who weren't great, man. I mean, like, you look at Nkunku, just a bigger flop, and he hid most of the game. At least with Leao, you can say that he tried. And I have seen arguments that said, like, Leao put his body on the line for Milan, playing when he wasn't fully fit, and got criticized for it. And that's another way you can look at it. It's true. It doesn't change the fact, though, that he was frustrating to watch. That's
he was
the point.
very frustrating to watch. And you made a point before we went on air where you're like, the thing that scares me the most is that Leao moves club, goes to the Prem, goes to whoever, and he's suddenly himself
He
again.
rekindles his form, yeah.
And that's the thing that scares me the most. So how do I put this? If it happens, it proves my point even more. Because I understand that it's his mentality and it's his lack of desire. And when you see him stand there with that camera in his face and he's saying, I gave everything for Milan, I'm sure there's behind the scenes that I don't know about. Didn't feel like he gave everything this season at all. It didn't feel like he gave everything last season when he was having the water break in fucking Beirut to get away from Fonseca. You know, it just didn't seem like that was the case. But anyway, unsung hero you have, and probably rightly so, Gabbia.
I mean, Gabbia is the only brain Milan have in defense, and he's not perfect as a player. He has his moments, and quite a few times I would like the last centre back in a 3 at the back system to be someone who will just get that ball out of the box, because many of the times it's bouncing, it's and it's not being cleared, and you can see the scent, like Bremer would get that shit out, you know what I mean?
Yo, Bremer, keep that shit in.
But no, for me, Gabbia is often overly criticized and overly mocked, quite frankly, because people say, Gabbia, Milan are playing with Gabbia, what happened? Nesta, Maldini, Gabbia. I hate, honestly, if you're a Milan fan who brings up the 90s or the 80s every time Milan are mentioned, I can't talk to you.
Literally.
Straight up.
Hello, why aren't we talking about Milan in the 2010s? You know? It's phases the club goes through. But anyway, I went Bartesaghi because this is a romantic take more than anything. But Milan lost Theo Hernandez. and they replaced him with a post ACL Estupinian, who came in, and instantly I'm like, oh my god, it's another Emerson Royale-esque fucking signing. Why can't we sign a good wing back? And no way did I think Bartazaghi was ready to start. We had a debate on the podcast where I told you Bartazaghi can be a good vice for Estupinian. You said he's not ready. I said he could at least be a substitute. So even I was wrong, because he was more than enough in the left wing back role, man. The fact that Milan don't have enough Italians, the fact that Milan don't have enough academy players, the fact that Milan don't have enough young players. Bartazaghi
have a lot of young players,
Bartazaghi, yes, but with Allegri, he didn't really start any of those young players. Bartazaghi was the only one, really.
Bartazaghi was absolutely incredible, man, when you consider everything. I mean, it's true, towards the end of the season, he looked a little bit more like a teenager, but when he first started playing at the start of the season, when he came in, he blew us away, man.
He scored those 2 goals against Sassuolo.
Yes, I think it was Sassuolo. His size, his ability to run up and down that wing, his crossing ability, his ability to carry the ball as well. Just a very, very nice prospect in Bartazaghi. I hope he stays.
Yashari, I didn't say your name in flop, and I mean it, bro. I mean it. That's why I didn't say your name. But I think next season you're going to do incredible things with Luca leaving. I think we'll bring a coach that believes in you, and you're going to be top, bro.
Yes,
I believe in you so much, Yashari.
Incredible alongside the Dacunyat Como.
Oh, God. Shut the fuck up. Why would you say that?
Because I saw something.
I saw something that linked him to Atalanta. Classic Milan, that would be.
This is tops, flops, and unsungs. Let's go. We have
Let's
Juve.
go. Juve.
I'm up, right?
Sure.
So, top.
No, I am.
You're up?
Uh-huh.
Okay, go.
God, I should have not been up. Top, Yildiz. Flop, Di Gregorio. Unsung hero, McKennie.
Okay. Nice. I see what you did there, because McKennie obviously is very criticized, right? Yeah. Top, I agree, Yildiz. Flop, I put Di Gregorio as well, but it was a very tough call between him and Openda, not even Jonathan David, man.
Di Gregorio or Openda, but Di Gregorio's in bold.
Like, David gets a lot more he gets a lot more stick than Openda, but I think Openda deserves
Openda was worse.
Yeah.
Openda was worse.
And then I have my unsung hero, and I'm not sure if this is a cop-out, but Locatelli.
I thought of Locatelli, and I thought it was a bit of a cop-out.
A bit of a cop-out.
Because
But then
I
again,
thought-
wouldn't McKennie contributed so much?
Sure, but Locatelli was really praised to be having his best season at Juve ever this season.
yes.
I went McKennie because he's not the Juve, he's not the
But
Juve,
even they
he's
say
not
that
the
about Locatelli
Juve.
as well, huh?
But even more about McKennie. Yeah, all these YouTubers, bro, the Juve fan YouTubers, shout out, guys. Everyone, let's go get. We're playing with Weston McKennie. Get him out of my club. Weston McKennie during Juve's really long and tedious banter era that they've been going through has been deployed by every single coach in every single position. And this season, he contributed to 10 goals, 5 goals, 5 assists, man.
No, he's fine. I mean, he's okay.
He's good.
Definitely,
He's a good player.
He's a good player.
If he's not
he
at
wins
Juve,
you games sometimes.
if he's not at Juve, he'll be at Milan. You know what I mean? He's a good player, man.
Yes, he's and he has. I understand he's not the best technical player, or the most intelligent, but he's a workhorse. He serves a purpose. He's definitely a good utility player, and he can pitch in with a goal or an assist.
You
as well.
put Locatelli as your unsung hero. Passeke.
So Locatelli gets a lot of criticism, but I think this was his best season in Serie A so far. That's it.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it.
That's a
Because
fact.
He's been he had a great season at Sassuolo after showing promise with Milan. And then at Juve, he hasn't had a season as good as this one. This is the first one. So for me, he was unsung. Because again, I still see people wanting him out or arguing about his position. Or his,
Is he a 6 or an 8?
Exactly. Or how reckless he is with the ball sometimes. But for me, unsung hero.
Fair enough.
Flop, what made you go for Di Gregorio over the entire Juve striking force?
I was going to read what I have written
Okay.
because I was in the frame of mind at the time. Toughest question yet. A goalkeeper that failed to save the simplest of shots all season, fueling the entire stadium with anxiety every minute of every match. A man who conceded the first shot of the match 16 times versus a man who joined Juve for 40 million and scored 1 goal and barely played any matches after that. But
That's a hard one. That's like a
for me,
duck-sized
you know what?
chicken. No, was that a horse-sized chicken?
or a chicken-sized horse.
No, or
That's not
100
bad. 100
duck-sized horses, or one horse-sized duck, or something like that.
I'd fuck up a horse-sized duck, huh?
Uh,
I would eat it, bro. I'd make a foie gras with it. I think the reason Openda got saved from being our flop is because there was David and Vlahovic and at times Yildiz and McKennie who can step in for him. But Di Gregorio, being a goalkeeper, only had Perrin to step in, and Perrin had a bad season as well. So he just stands out more. You remember Milan when we had Tatarusanu for the majority of that season because Mike was allegations.
Mike was unavailable.
Exactly. The amount of anxiety you have when every single shot is going in, every time they skip the halfway line, you're like, oh my God, they're going to score. And I think that has such an effect on the team, bro.
Oh, of course.
Huge. Because you play with
fear.
panic and fear. So I'd give it to Di Gregorio because no fault of his own. He has a huge responsibility there.
Yes. He made in his by being so clumsy and so unreliable, he created an atmosphere of nervousness in the midfield and the defense.
Totally.
And whenever there was a set piece, anything. Now, don't get us wrong. Again, Di Gregorio is a good goalkeeper. I just think that maybe mentally or psychologically he really struggled with the adversity at this level, with such a big team like Juve and stuff. I think that's maybe the step was too big and too soon, because at Monza he was great.
Yeah. That's and plus just look at some of the goals he let in, like on FOTMob and everything. It won't tell you that they are direct errors leading to goals, but I'm talking just rookie goalkeeping. Rookie, man. But anyway. Top is Yildiz. He's their top scorer with 10. Top assister with 6. He does need to improve his shooting and finishing, but he was the only reason I ever decided to watch a Juve game this season. He's such a bright spark, and he's gonna put the World Cup alight.
He's gonna set
the World Cup alight with Turkey, because Turkey are a sleeper pick, huh?
They're very talented. They have a golden generation right now, Turkey.
But be careful, there, bro.
I have to be careful, of course, because I made a joke once, and
all of Turkey wants to murder Jake as a fact.
Exactly. Fizzled out a little bit towards the end of the season, Yildiz, but he was always double marked, and to be honest, he's a little bit too young to be carrying alone anyway. You just expect Conceição and Vlahovic to do a little bit better with the space that Yildiz offers them by being double marked.
Totally. Brother, Atalanta, all yours.
Atalanta, I've got Carnesecchi as my top, Musa as my flop, and Derun as my unsung hero yet again.
Amazing. I went Carnesecchi for my top, I put Bellanova as my flop, and I put Pasalic as my unsung hero.
I had both. I had the same flop and unsung hero as you, and I changed them, bro.
Okay, I obviously thought about both of them.
And I was quite upset that I changed them, so I'm really happy that you have them, because Pasalic has also become the third most capped all-time Atalanta player, and Derun is the number 1, so they both deserve to be.
Yeah. But let me just do this for Pasalic. I am a record man. They told Ancelotti you broke another record, and he goes, I am a record man.
The eye. And everyone's like, damn, he's charming.
Carnesecchi
just be saying anything, right? Dilly ding, dilly dong, he's the best.
I love him. I love that guy. This is the history of thought. Anyway, whatever. We're getting really sidetracked. Carnesecchi is the top because, but he was likely the best goalkeeper in the league this season. 7 man of the match awards, 13 clean sheets, 2 of his 4 penalties saved, 7.07 goals prevented.
Yep. 3.1 saves per game. 37 appearances. Mental.
And just watch the saves that he
Yeah.
makes, bro. Watch them. He makes them look easy, but
Yeah.
they're not at all.
Plus, he looks like the guy from The Lonely Island.
Exactly. And what is secchi in Italian again? Well, I was calling him sexy meat. Secchi in English. But
What were you calling him, bro?
his name translates to dried meat.
Really?
Carne, meat,
Ah.
secchi, dry.
Dried meat.
Dry meat. Better put some lotion on that shit, bruh. Flop, I went Bellanova and not Musa because I thought of Musa. They got Musa on loan with an option to buy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
fucking whoop.
Yeah.
If someone got injured, they would have put him right wing back. If someone got injured, they would have put him centre mid. They didn't need him. He was just there,
Righteous.
utility, whatever. Bellanova, I think that he didn't perform anywhere near his usual level. In a system that I thought would favour him a lot more than the Torino system did. 0 goals, 1 assist, 18 tackles made all season, 3 shots blocked all season, 9 interceptions made all season, and he joined for 20 million. And 33-year-old, 34-year-old Zappacosta was starting ahead of him.
For me, Bellanova should not be at a team that plays front foot football. Now, I understand that when he was brought in, I think Juric was there.
Yes.
However, the second you're pinning a team back into the box, Bellanova's best quality is gone. And quite frankly, you have a bit of a liability over there where you'd rather have Zappacosta.
Yeah, sure.
Zappacosta is actually very good when you're on the front foot.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, it's just a fit that doesn't really work out.
Yeah,
but
actually bang on, because when Torino were counter-attacking Milan down Theo Hernandez's side, it was Bellanova was cooking Theo
Running rampant,
over and
bro.
over, bro.
Was Bellanova at Cagliari? Am I going crazy? I remember him somewhere else before Torino.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Bellanova career. Raul Bellanova. I don't think so, but for some reason I can really picture him in that fucking
I
kit,
think
man.
He was, man.
He was, you sexy fuck.
Oh, yeah! He was really good there, in fact, because I remember... I wasn't sure if I was imagining it, but I have memories of... Because they've had so many good wingbacks, man. They've had Zortea as well, you know what I mean? Like
For his age, he's been on a fucking ride,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, because
Bordeaux, Pescara, Cagliari.
he is also the person
Inter,
who leaked Chiellini's nude.
Yes, bro, yes. He leaked Chiellini's dude, and that is my favorite. As in, sorry,
You can look up
Chiellini,
the
bro,
picture.
this
Look
truck.
up Bellanova, Cristiano Ronaldo. And look at the background.
You're spreading a dude, bro.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Guys, everyone look up. Chiellini. But anyway, what's your point for Musa?
My point for Musa is the fact that he, under 2 managers, I mean, okay, when Palladino came, Musa did not see the light of day. He only started 5 games. That's 651 minutes played. Another poor season back-to-back, and really hasn't hit the ground running in Italy whatsoever, and I think he might need to change league at this point.
I think maybe.
I was
A lot
looking
of the
at
times I thought he was okay at Milan.
I
A
was
lot of the
looking-
times I thought he
But
was
What's his position, in your opinion? honestly?
exactly.
I was looking at his percentile stats as I was doing for all these things. I felt like a bloody nerd. His best stats were his passing stats, his dribbling stats, and
His gooning
I think his
stats.
long as a passing in general, and his and defensively he was all right, nothing special. He strikes me as an unrefined 6, but then his intelligence isn't high enough.
What
for
do
that.
you get when you put Chukwueze in center midfield?
A catastrophe. actually.
Musa.
I don't know.
That's how I feel when
I feel
when
like
he's
maybe he isn't quite sharp enough to play the role of a 6.
No,
in fact, that's why
not.
many coaches played him as a wing back. Even
You need him as either a wing back or a mezzala,
Yeah,
but he's
yeah.
not perfect as a mezzala. But when he puts down his head and he runs, he has a few moments. But anyway, unsung hero, I've gone Pasalic. He started 21 league games this season, played 35, he averaged 59 minutes per match, but still, he scored 3 goals and assisted 4 in the league, scored 4 goals in the Coppa Italia, the competition's top scorer, and scored 3 goals and assisted 1 in the Champions League in probably the toughest year of his life as a professional.
Damn.
Just always reliable. Keep in mind, this is a guy that has had seasons where he scored 15 goals from midfield simply out of being this like shadow striker in the right place at the right time. He's
What
almost
Frattesi should be, yeah,
exactly. It was like sometimes I think, is Pasalic invisible? How is no one picking him up in those positions? But his positioning was so smart, bro. And it still is. Amazing. Great.
Absolutely.
He had a great season again.
Absolutely. I went for Darun because he had to put shifts in at the back again. He had to obviously... he worked hard for the team. He was the spirit. He got a goal and 2 assists, but that's not only the reason. Of course, he is also Atalanta's most capped player ever with 445 appearances. I just think that he is, again, the embodiment of Atalanta.
Yep. And hilarious on social media.
Yeah.
Amazing. Morton.
Moving on from Morton to
Bologna.
This was tough.
It was every single one was tough of Bologna. The top, flop, and the unsung hero.
True.
I wouldn't be surprised if we disagree on all of them.
In fact, I think my flop might... You might disagree with my flop, but I have a decent
Now that you
point
say
about
that, I think we might agree on the flop. Go.
Okay. I've got top Miranda,
I don't blame you.
flop Castro,
Uh-huh.
and unsung hero Freuler, man.
Okay, so I thought of doing that, but I went top Orsolini, even though, whatever, I'll get into it. Top Orsolini, I know. I'm pissed at myself as well. Flop Castro, unsung hero Miranda, which means I'm wrong. Because if you put him as your top and I put him as unsung, it means he's not unsung, which means I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I thought about Freuler a lot.
I think Orsolini can't be the top because they couldn't rely on him from the start for most games.
He was benched. You know, I said not his best season by any means, as he fell out of favour after an incredible season. His tally of 10 goals and 1 assist this season does not compare to last season's 15 goals and 4 assists plus the Coppa triumph, but he remains the most influential player at Bologna and one of the very few that can create something out of nothing in an Italiano system that sometimes fails to connect midfield to attack. Sure, they benched him, but it's exactly what they were missing, man. So I always found it controversial that he wasn't starting, because when he was playing, he at least has that Politano effect where he would tira, gira and hit the crossbar. You know what I mean? He's their most influential player. He is, when you're having a shit game, pass the ball to him and he'll do something. Who else could it be? Rowe?
It was just a bit of a clumsy season for him as well. I saw many moments, especially where he, at the beginning of the season, where he would go to switch play and the pass would be simply too long, or you know what I mean, just these silly mistakes.
And he plateaued. He had such a good start, and then he missed a couple penalties as well.
No, I think confidence-wise he struggled a bit this year as well. It was a bit of a weird season in general for Bologna, as they kind of as they came down from this dream, from this high that they've been on since the Motta days. But
tell me about Miranda, brother.
I mean, Miranda, man, he has a very refined and well-rounded approach to the game. He's good on and off the ball, so defense and attack. He contributed to 1 goal and 3 assists, which isn't much, but he when you watch Bologna, he is a lot more active than that. You would think that his numbers would be much higher. I just thought that consistently from the start of the season to the end of the season, he was the guy who was the most consistent, because you can't even pick the goaler. You can't pick anyone. They were all
weird,
inconsistent.
All weird.
Yeah.
I have here, since I have Miranda as my unsung hero, I might as well just do this now. I said not entirely unsung for Bologna fans, but unsung for Serie A. He has a left foot that if I were against him on Football Manager, I would click stop crosses.
Force onto weaker foot.
Exactly. He was utilized a lot as an attacking outlet for them as well. Again, an Italiano system that sometimes fails to involve the striker. And I think this season he showed us a lot more defensively.
Yes.
So he's among the best statistically for interceptions. He's in the 85th percentile for tackles and 89th percentile for recovery. So good stats all around for him. Who was your unsung hero, now that we're doing that?
So my unsung hero was Freuler.
Yeah.
And Freuler, to be honest, this is just a position. That's a little bit of...
He's fucking 35,
it's a bit
Freuler.
yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of a cop-out. I mean, this is the Lobotka, Derun, Freuler. These guys play a very important role for
Yeah.
teams, but they often go unnoticed, right?
Yeah.
And Freuler has been doing this for ages in Serie A. As you mentioned, he's 35 years old now. Is he really 35? That's shocking, actually.
I'm quite certain of that. Yeah.
I would have guessed 33.
Freuler age.
34 is somewhere in the middle, yeah.
But okay, no, he just turned 34.
Okay. Yeah, he played 29 games, 2,217 minutes. He is the metronome of this team, and I think that probably, bro, actually, he would have been the most consistent player on this team. On Bologna. I think Freuler would have been the guy that just doesn't put a foot wrrong.
Yeah.
You know?
I was a bit disappointed by Lewis Ferguson.
Ferguson,
Didn't have the best season.
Oh, bro, many of them, even like the likes of Odegaard, like I want to see more of you, you know. And let's talk about Castro.
Major disappointment for me was Castro. I had super high hopes for him this season.
He's only 21. Let's remember
yes,
that.
Yes, totally. But everything he showed us last season that I liked, which was the way he dropped deep and involved his teammates, and primarily that he was a player made for big moments against Milan in the Coppa final, against Inter as well. He scored. He was made for the big stage. Beyond his years, at 19 years old, he was scoring against the top teams. You know, Lautaro, all this and that. But he got only 7 league goals this season, and don't fucking tell me this shit. But he's not a goal-scoring striker. It doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. If you're a striker, you need more.
If your wingers have
goals.
15 goals each,
Sure.
Firmino isn't a goal-scoring striker, but he has
Exactly.
Salah and bloody Mane. You know what I mean?
And he also recorded 9 big misses.
No,
You know?
he wasn't great, and Immobile got injured, and it left him his position kind of uncontested. He made 35 appearances because he was one of the only players up front that they had. But 7 goals and 2 assists for someone who's in his, I think, 3rd year in Serie A, no? Needs to do better than that, yes. Only 21 years old, so he has plenty of time to make up for it. Thank you. That is Santiago Castro.
Yeah, I'm rooting for you, Santi
Absolutely.
Castro. Lazio.
You're up.
Top, Mario Hila. Flop, Zaccagni. Unsung, Cataldi.
Ooh, delicious choice.
Thank you. You?
I put top Taylor,
Ooh.
flop Zaccagni,
Yeah.
honorable mention to Belayon,
Uh-huh.
and unsung hero Romagnoli, man.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's start.
Let's start with your top.
I'm surprised you didn't go Hila for top. I would say this season, from beginning to end, he was probably the only player worthy of a top club this season. He was the one that stands out to me in Lazio. Not that his stats are stellar, that he was perfectly consistent, but he was a leader at the back, and he reminds you of those old school Serie A defenders, and he's just a nightmare to play against. I'd go. He's an intimidating figure to face as well in a somewhat toothless Lazio with no fans. You'd still hate coming up against this guy because it'll make your life hell.
No, it's true, and he was good all season, and he. I mean, him and Romagnoli were both excellent at the back, I thought. But I went for Taylor because I was just impressed by how quickly he adapted.
Yep.
He came into a team that was decimated, man. His midfield, you know, the midfield he was playing in consisted of a makeshift
Toma
Basic in the regista position. No, sorry, a makeshift Toma Basic as the 8, Patrick as the 6, a centre back, and he had to go and slot into that midfield. But he looked, he fit in like a glove. He looked super comfortable. I thought that he was great. 17 starts immediately, didn't miss a game upon arrival. 3 goals, 2 assists. For me, he was a top player for them.
Yeah, worthy of that.
Yeah.
We both agreed on Zaccagni for our flop.
He's invisible, man. He's too often invisible. Zaccagni has not shouldered the responsibility of being a top player. Now Lazio have given him everything to make him into a top player. They've given him the responsibility, and they've trusted him with consistent minutes and everything. And he's just not. he's playing too safe on the pitch. He's almost
this,
scared.
this season. I also think that he wasn't at no point fully fit this season, but this
Could be as well, yes.
this just seemed like a thing in Serie A this season, where a bunch of players just didn't seem fully fit for the entire season. Look at Barella, look at Leao, look at Zaccagni. You could say the same thing about all of them. Their star man, 3 goals and no assists, a shadow of his former self. I'm hoping this was a one-off season for him, because we know how good he is on that left wing when he starts taking on players and causing havoc, and he's actually a guy that scores quite a few goals from that position. He's also getting older.
How old is he nowadays?
I think he's like 31, 32.
I would say 29. Huh?
No, he was fucking 29, I think, when he joined. He wasn't young at Hellas, huh?
I thought it was like... he's 30. It's always somewhere in the middle.
I was off, huh? He's
How
your
old
age.
did you say he was?
32.
I thought, okay.
I think he was 27 at when he joined.
So, yes, fair enough with Zaccagni, and we are in agreement, but Belayan is a case that needs to be discussed, because how didn't this guy get a minute under Baroni and then not get a minute under Sarri, man? Surely there's something wrong with his game, right? And I think it might be simply that he's a little bit too reckless for that position. Kind of like the criticism we just gave Musa if you pop him into that position, because Belayan's a bit like that.
He is like that, but
I liked him at Hellas.
I liked him.
But he did lose the ball a lot, and you get away with it when you're playing for a relegation side, and most of the things that you do are good, but then you lose the ball here and there, you get away with it. But here the stakes are a bit higher.
But why is he bought? If the only other player in his exact position gets injured, to be fair, I think Patrick kind of fit that more, because they wanted that stability in midfield as a team that was quite leaky. And Patrick was just a disruptor over there.
Big
Exactly,
body,
he gave Lazio a little something in midfield, a bit of aggression.
Passing range as well. He's fine.
I put Cataldi as my unsung hero. I just think that he filled in. He did a great job filling in for injuries this season. He played in centre mid. He played at centre back. And with the lack of depth, I think he slotted in nicely. Got 3 goals and 3 assists as well. He always plays well in the bigger games as well. He's a very reliable player. Cataldi for me.
Fair enough. Good shout. I put Romagnoli because he's often in Hila's shadow. 32 appearances, a leader, and I think they're gonna miss him if he leaves.
Yeah. Nice one.
Yeah, we have Udinese next.
Yes.
We're halfway through. Let's check some comments, bro, see if anyone said anything.
We'll have a look. McKenny plays like he eats pizza with ranch. Oh wait, never mind.
And Alex said,
Amazing. Yeah. That's our latest.
Incredible. So Udinese.
Whose turn is it?
I can do it.
Sure.
So it's top Atta for me.
Okay.
Flop Zarraga.
Mm-hmm.
And unsung hero, I went for Christensen with a special shout out in the brackets to Davis, because I'm not sure. I wasn't sure if he's unsung, but my logic was in Serie A people know of Davis and what he's done.
Oh,
but
the
he's
Prem know
English
him as well, huh?
Yes.
The Prem know him.
Okay. Because I don't see much of many people mentioning his name ever.
I think it was at Villa and he had flopped. Sure, I think. But I went top Davis. Flop, bit of a cop out. I went Okoye. Bit of a personal agenda over there.
It had moments.
He had moments.
Yeah.
On both ends of the spectrum. And unsung hero cards. So I'm going to be honest, I found it really hard to choose a flop.
I couldn't pick a flop.
I really found it hard.
They are all soldiers.
Like Zarraga, what the fuck was the expectations of Zarraga? You know what I mean?
No, he only
But he
only played for... Look, my logic here was that... So Zarraga this season had 2 starts and played just 497 minutes. Last year, he had 1,000 minutes played. And the year before, 500 minutes played. So he went from 500 minutes to 1,000 and back down to 497.
Yeah.
It's just a step back for me, for Zarraga.
Sure, and I do agree because I took him on Fanta for that reason this season. I thought he'd do better, but nothing from Zarraga. Let's start. Okay, I might as well do my flop now. So Okoye. So following his ban for match fixing,
He continued to match fix.
he had an unconvincing season. He made 2 official mistakes leading to goals, plus very soft goalkeeping sometimes. Just unconvincing goalkeeping overall.
Very
And
awkward
I
goalkeeping
found it, and I found it really unfair that he instantly, when he came back, he displaced.
Was it Padelli? man?
No. What was his name?
Sava.
No.
Fuck.
I'm gonna tell you, Tom.
Yeah, you can
I'm
just go
gonna
on
tell you.
squad, no?
Yeah, I could do that. I could also do this. What the hell was his name, dude? Oh my god, he's not even here.
Okay, wait a sec. I'll give you a hand.
Thank you. He has a particular name, man. Why isn't it coming to mind?
Udinese goalkeeper. So
I
we're
tried
talking.
Okay.
There's Okoye, Sava, Padelli, and Nunziante. But Nunziante, I don't think.
Oh my god, I'm convincing. I'm confusing him with the Parma one. Jeez, the black and white jerseys are getting me again.
Okay. Because I was gonna say Padelli played a bit, and even Sava played.
We did see
I mean,
a bit of
Okoye is
Sava.
much better than these guys.
Yes,
right? I mean,
yes.
it makes sense that he
Fair,
comes in.
fair.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Okoye for me.
yeah, now I want to discuss the top a little bit because
Mhm.
you put
Davis.
who had 10 goals
And 4 assists.
Great season,
Mhm.
season for him. But for me, the star of Udinese and the reason you flick them on and the player you enjoy watching, and when he's on form, he's got the frame and the technique of this Zidane from Wish. You know, it's Atta, man. He had 29 starts, 5 goals, 3 assists. I thought he contributed greatly to anything inventive that came out of the Udinese side. I just thought it was super fun to watch as well.
And I thought so as well. And I really enjoyed watching him. And for the same reason, I thought Zaniolo deserves to be mentioned here as well, because when they're struggling, he's the guy that's, creating something out of nothing, is dragging the ball forward. Zaniolo and Atta are so direct in the way that they play. But I thought that Davis had a particularly good season, and 10 goals and 4 assists is no joke. Like, players have been signed for 35 million for that. That's just 2 goals lesser than Lucca had for them last season, but 2 more assists. I thought this was particularly Davis's best season. I thought he stepped up, and it's the first time in a while that Udinese didn't have that go-to striker like they did with Lucca. So I gave it to him. He scored in big games as well. A good hold-up play, good in the air, moments with decent finishing as well.
And very likable player as well.
Yeah, and I thought he deserved it. He's their top scorer,
Absolutely.
So yeah. Unsung hero, I went Karlstrom. Karlstrom played 3,152 minutes.
Jesus.
He started 36 matches. He's in the 95th percentile for defensive contributions. He plays super highly in tackles, interceptions, and blocked shots. He was that key destroyer for Runjaic, and one of the first names on the team. She's just reliable match after match, and I think the fact that he wasn't mentioned from your end shows how unsung this guy is.
Absolutely, because I ended up going for Christensen,
which is a fair shout as well.
Similar. He played a little bit. He played much less actually, because Christensen played 28 games.
He was injured a while.
Yes, he was, and to be honest, I felt you could feel the difference when you watch Udinese without, because Christensen is a top defender. I mean, he's so strong and dominant, man, that you can barely get a sniff against him. And he also contributed to 3 goals as well, which is always nice.
Yeah.
So big fan of both these guys. You could literally pop any Udinese centre back or wing back as an unsung hero, because even the likes of Zibwe, for example.
True. They don't get enough love.
Yeah, they don't get
They're
enough love.
fucking
It's true.
workhorses.
Yeah, it's like Udinese signed the most unmarketable players so they can pay them less.
Hey. Sassuolo. Whose turn is it?
I think I'm up.
Sure.
So we have top Lauriente,
Uh-huh.
flop Vranks,
Fair.
and Unsung hero, Matic.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good choices. Top laureante, massive shout out to Muharemovic.
Yeah,
Massive
super,
shout
super
out.
player.
Flop, I put Volpato. Unsung hero, I put Ismail Kone.
Okay. Did you struggle to find the flop? I think that might have been the case, yeah.
A little bit, but I stand by Volpato.
I liked how he looked, man.
But looked when?
The last part, when he came in for Berardi. I think it was towards the end of the season.
Started 11 games only.
Exact. But and that's probably when Berardi was out. But he looked good, man. And he was dribbling really well. He even scored. How many goals did he finish the season up? I'm sure he scored. Like I thought that it was a decent breakout season for him, to be honest with you.
Breakout season. He has 2 goals, 4 assists. 2 goals, 4 assists.
Pretty decent.
He joined from Roma, man.
But he was like the type of player at Roma that would get 4 or 5 appearances off the bench in a season. You know what I mean?
Played more for Roma than that. I was expecting him to be, a starting midfielder for them. I thought he'd start ahead of Torres Vet.
No, but he has been playing as a winger. That's the reason he hasn't.
Sure, but he's played as an attacking midfielder as well.
Yes, but I think the way that Sassuolo play, I think the way that Grosso sees, because I've never watched Sassuolo with Volpato as a midfielder. He's always been out wide in that Berardi position. So I think because there's so much competition on the wings for Sassuolo, that would have affected his game time. But I liked how he looked, honestly.
Okay.
And
Disagree, it's fine.
He's going to the World Cup.
Yes, with Australia. He finally made the call.
And apparently it's a controversial one. The Socceroos aren't very keen on him, other fans. I don't know why. Because he's probably going to be their best player, in my opinion.
The Socceroos.
The Socceroos. We also have Loriente as the top. That's undisputed, right? 7 goals, 9 assists, 33 starts.
Bro.
He had such a good season, man. And I'm so happy that he stayed, man. Sassuolo have a tendency of finding these players who are loyal to them, who are irrationally loyal. Because you go down to Serie B.
He tried to go to Sunderland. He failed a medical or something.
I think they just have a very good sporting director who gets them on good contracts that make it hard for them to leave, maybe.
Just to mention, so firstly, Lauriante has better stats than Berardi this season, which is seriously impressive. He just came out of Serie B with them, so he was in Serie A, went down to Serie B, came back up with them. So he deserves a round of applause for that. Just to mention Muharemovic, he was top for Sassuolo in defensive contributions, interceptions, clearances and blocks. He got 2 goals and 2 assists. And that's all I'm going to say for now, because there's a spoiler in that.
Nice.
You went Vranks for your flop.
Yes.
Why?
9 starts. He's 23 years old and he's formerly of Milan, and he was the Belgium youth team captain. He just did not adapt very well. We saw more of him at the start of the season, and we just never saw him again, to be honest. Just did not really cement himself into this team.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Unsung hero. I went Ismail Kone. So first he managed 6 goals from midfield. Hilarious. I don't remember those 6 goals.
I remember one where he celebrated really strangely.
Hey.
Yeah.
95th percentile for successful passing percentage, 99th percentile for accurate long balls, 94th for dribbles, and was pivotal in allowing Grosso's side to play the way they wanted to play.
Yeah, no, Kon is a good player, and he will probably be joining a better team soon, I think, because he has what it takes. I went for Matic because he's not a player that you really heard a lot about, and he joined from the Premier League, and he's a very well-known player internationally. Like Vardy, every bloody week it would be like Vardy's Cremonese lose, Vardy's Cremonese this, and with Matic you just didn't really hear his name much. However, he walked into the Sassuolo team and became obviously a leader because of a strong personality, but on the pitch as well, man, he just adds so much to their game, man. He's such a cool head. He's so strong on and off the ball, and I thought he was great, man. 37 years old, 31 starts. He worked hard and he controlled the tempo.
Yeah, just a correction. Obviously, he did not join from the Prem. He was actually at Roma.
Yeah.
He went to Rennes, then he went to Lyon, and then he joined.
So how long ago was he at United?
United. 2021 he left United. No, 2022 he left United to join Roma.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Okay. Off to Torino. Fun. So top, I've gone Vlasic.
Yep.
Flop, I've gone Anjorin. And unsung hero, I've gone Shea Adams.
Very nice, bro. I've gone Vlasic as my top.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone Biragi as my flop.
Sure.
And I have gone for Lazaro as my unsung hero.
All right. Nice. I like that.
So
Vlasic, obviously,
8 goals, 3 assists.
3,053 minutes played, 8 goals, 3 assists, 54 chances created. By far their most reliable and consistent player in their 11, right?
Absolutely. And so underrated as well. You could
Completely.
have probably put him as an unsung, man, to be honest with you. Because he never gets any love, man. And he is just a massive contributor to any attack that Torino orchestrate.
Yeah. I agree. Shout out to, of course, Giovanni Simeone, 11 goals this season. But for me, it was all about Vlasic.
Yeah.
Flop, I've gone Anjorin simply because I expected more from him. Because he had such a positive spell at Empoli last season, and he kind of started kicking off at the end and ended the season with this momentum that kept me very excited for him to take that step and do big things. He joined Torino along with Ismaili from Empoli, so I thought there's going to be a good atmosphere, they're going to help each other and whatever. Keep in mind, he came up through the ranks at Chelsea, who have a very good youth system. But he struggled with injuries. He played only 277 minutes and didn't contribute to any goals, so I thought he flopped.
Is he Scottish?
Anjorin? I don't think so.
He might be something like that. It's weird, huh? And it might be Anjorin. Weird. We've been saying Anjorin for like 3 years here.
Hey man, he's English.
He's English.
So Tino Anjorin.
Anjorin.
Come on, Anjorin.
Big
You can do it. Bagger.
You bagger. I've got Biragi, bro, because he only started 5 games, and he's 29 years old, bro. Stop.
He's
acting.
20.
He's
29 is fucking
He's 20.
crazy.
I thought he was
bro.
like 34.
I thought he was like 68. He's so finished. Hey,
I remember
Biragi.
him at Inter, and that feels like it was so long ago. Yeah, Biragi's a bit finished, man, to be honest with you. Only 5 starts is crazy, man, and 0 goals, 0 assists, like
that
normally.
blood dripping off his head in the Conference League final for Fiorentina. He was oralicious.
He was a menace, huh? He was a menace,
He
man.
was,
Even
bro.
free
Sweet
kicks,
left
corners,
foot, bro.
yeah, for me,
Sweet
flop.
left foot.
Flop. Unsung hero, I have Lazaro. For me, Lazaro provided so much energy this season, and he improved so much from last season. He got himself only 2 assists again, so similar to Miranda, but up and down and up and down and up and down.
Again?
Up and down.
Jeez, man. I remember watching a Torino game randomly. No, not randomly, because it was against Milan. And Theo was over, and Theo was like, who's that guy? Like, Lazaro.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I like him. Like, okay.
Okay.
You like Lazaro?
Sure, bud.
Sure, bud. He was right, though. My unsung hero is Shea Adams. You could all probably have predicted that. I think this guy should be a starter in a front two. When he played alongside Vlasic and Simeone, they were so much more fluid going forward, and I think he is a huge reason for that, because he does a lot of work to complement his striking partner. A lot of those goals that Simeone got would because Shea Adams made a strategic run to pull a defender along with him. It's because Shea Adams decided to pass and not shoot. It's because Shea Adams gave Simeone a low cross instead of a high cross. He just reads situations really well and makes right decisions often. He's not a huge goal scorer. He got 6 goals and 2 assists. He started just 19 matches, but then he also has super positive passing stats. I think he's really smart, man.
He is. No. Shea Adams is a high IQ player, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good shout.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have the next
Parma.
Parma. And I believe it's you.
Sure. But
it's always hilarious when people roll their R's like that.
Parma.
Imagine we just speak normal, but then we
Biragi.
say
Parma. I'm gonna try it.
What about Roma?
Those people. Let me try it.
Roma.
What about Roma?
What do you think about Roma?
Okay. Parma, top. Pellegrino, flop. Oristano, unsung hero. Mandela Keita.
Oh, good. Top Circati. Flop Almqvist.
Okay, fair.
And unsung hero Troilo.
I thought Troilo.
Yeah. How many goals did Pellegrino end with? Remind me, because there was a reason I didn't pick him.
10 or 11.
I like him, but don't get me wrong. I love Pellegrino.
Or
I think
no,
he's
nine.
great.
Nine goals, 1 assist.
I mean, considering how negative the football was, that's a great season. For him.
9 goals out of
how many goals scored in total, right?
for Parma, it's in the 20s.
Yeah.
So he scored 9 goals and assisted 1, so contributed to 10 goals, and they scored 28.
Yeah.
Contributed to 10 out of 28 goals.
Yeah,
Suddenly he's Maradona.
No,
like.
it's true. It's a good shout, to be honest. I thought that with the way Parma played,
with the way.
with the way that Parma played, I would have to pick a defender to honor their system, because their
That's
system
fair.
was so defense heavy and focused on the centre backs. And Circati, man, had 31 starts. He's solid defensively. He's a good passer of the ball. His distribution is excellent, and in fact, his percentile stats were very good for both defense and passing range.
Funnily about Circati, so Troilo was the defender that stood out to me this season.
He's my unsung.
And then I looked at his stats next to Circati's, and Circati's stats are so much better.
Yes.
Circati had a much more clean season. Troilo gave away 2 penalties, for example. He can be reckless, but that's also
Troilo
kind of
is
why I
all
like
action.
him, because he's fucking pulling at your shirt.
That's that. Troilo's all action, so you notice him more. It's kind of like the Hila-Romagnoli partnership. You notice Hila because he's the one diving in and sticking his tongue out.
Yeah.
It's like Mancini and Dica.
Exactly.
You don't notice Indica
Exactly.
because Mancini's more all action.
I'm gonna tell you another one. He's like...
Gabia Pavlovic.
No, stop. Don't lose my train of thought. I got so close and I lost it, but I have it. He's like Beukamal Lukumi. Boom.
Very nice.
Jeremina Dossena.
Ooh. Look at me, fucking me.
Look at me, fucking me.
Yeah.
So for Pellegrino, I have... I had it written here. I had to Google it. Parma scored 28 goals this season and Pellegrino scored 9 of them and assisted 1. I think, apart from being the striker that scored when Parma struggled to score, I think he was a wet dream for Cuesta, because they relied a lot on set pieces and he's got a noggin on him.
Yes.
Ping the ball to Pellegrino
I
from
would
these
say
situations. Pivotal, huh?
The
Pivotal.
second best header in the league.
Can't think who first is.
If you know, you know.
Striker.
Yes. Doesn't play much.
Not Piccoli.
No.
Not Juric.
Yeah.
Juric. Yes.
Juric.
Juric.
Sorry, no. Third best header in the league.
Oh my.
So I think it goes
Sorry.
Juric first, Thorsby second,
Oh, sure.
Pellegrino
Statistically,
third.
Thorsby.
Thorsby has an excellent header on him, yes.
I think we have similar reasons as to why your flop is Almqvist and my flop is Oristanio.
Yes, let's explore that. So I have Almqvist because he only started four games this season, only contributed to 1 assist, no goals. It's his second season at Parma and his third in Serie A. He went from 1,120 minutes played last season to 531 minutes played this season. So you'd expect them to be playing more as time passes, going into your third season. You're somewhat of a veteran on this team, but
Yes.
it wasn't the case.
I went for Oristanio, so good point. I went for Oristanio, similar reason to you.
Honestly,
He
bro,
was
I
at-
forgot he was there.
Hey, he was right. He was at Cagliari 2 seasons ago. Last season he was, I think, at
Wasn't-
Venezia.
Yes.
Yes, he was. Now he's on loan from Venezia, and he is just Oristanio 1v1. He's a beast.
Yes.
Oristanio can beat his man. He's fast, and I think I chose him over Almqvist because he can play a 2 up top. He can play a 3-5-2. Almqvist,
His frame is small, Oristanio.
but when we watched Cagliari live, he played so well in a 2 up top.
That's true.
Almqvist is a bit...
He's a winger.
He's a winger, which so is Oristanio, but we've seen him play there. So for such a counter-attacking style, his dribbling could have been amazing, but he failed to leave an impression. He started only 8 games with 43 minutes averaged per game. He will likely rejoin Venezia and he'll do bits for them next season as they return to Serie A.
You know what it could be as well, man, that they just didn't have enough experience and they were too maybe high risk, these players. Because
I don't think Cuesta likes that kind of player, dude.
But he brought in Strefezza then halfway through the season.
But then Strefezza has those early and swinging crosses,
yes,
bro.
Yes, he's a better crosser than these guys.
I don't think Cuesta will start Leao at Parma, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean though. It's true because
Suso would be his ideal player.
It's interesting
Suso
with
Cutrone.
With Oristanio. Give Oristanio to Fabregas. Let's see.
Sure.
You know?
Unsung hero.
Unsung hero. I've put Troilo, yes.
Okay, we spoke a bit about him.
Yeah, we did already. I mean, he became a regular when he grew into the season and the mistakes started fizzling out and I thought he ended up looking really good towards especially the last third of the season. He was excellent.
Absolutely, bruv. I've got Mandela Keita. I thought when it comes to Parma being such a disruptive team, his stats when it comes to disrupting play, super, super impressive. 96th percentile for tackles, 95th percentile for duels won, and he only got 1 yellow card all season. Tell me how that's possible.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Amazing.
Mandela Keita, good
Amazing.
player.
Yes, sir. Let's...
Like if you're born with the surname Keita, you're just going to be excellent at football.
Hey,
There's
or Kone.
Kone, Keita, and Toure. Those are
Toure. Traore.
Traore as well, actually. Yeah.
Fennec. Let's go to Sardinia.
Let's go to
and
Sardinia.
chill fucking hard.
It's
and
me,
drink
no?
Iknusa.
Iknusa.
Alright, I could have avoided the lisp really easily.
Well, bro, you don't like Iknusa?
I don't like Iknusa.
Esposito top.
Yep.
Flop Sulemana.
Okay.
And Unsung Hero Adopo.
All of them great.
You?
Top Seb.
Nice.
I called him Seb Esposito. Yeah, I found
Seb
it really
is
weird.
hilarious, yeah.
Flop Dossena.
I was gonna put him as well.
Hey, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm still not entirely convinced,
Yeah.
but he's there. Unsung Hero, Yeri fucking Mina. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It's Yeri Mina. It's the only right answer.
Bro, I started a World Cup save on Football Manager with Colombia.
Amazing.
Just to play Yeremina 3 at the back.
Put him striker. Put him striker.
Yeremina, Lukumi, and the other guy, man, the Premier League one, the big Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Bro, such a strong 3 at the back system. Then you have like...
I wanted the one with Turkey.
Oh, they're fun as well. I mean, this is a fun game. Oh, that is one. But anyway...
See you Saturday, King.
Yes. Let's discuss this in order. So we can start with Esposito. So 7 goals, 5 assists. Great finisher. You can put him in the box. You can put him on the edge of the area. You can put him in midfield. He's extremely technical. He's gifted. I like the player. Very good player. I thought he was their best player.
I would take him at Milan. He won't come. But I'd take him at Milan. Corners, free kicks, finishing.
Oh, can you imagine one Esposito on Inter, one Esposito on Milan?
This is the Baresi rivalry.
Flop, you went for
Dossena.
Elaborate.
So, Dossena at Cagliari 2 seasons ago. Wow. We watched him, man marks Scamacca. He didn't move when we watched that game live, bro. Dossena, so my expectation, so he went to Como, didn't fit in at Como. Maybe he's a bit too... He's less technical than typically the kind of player Fabregas goes for. He's old school. Yeah. So he didn't fit in. And then he goes back to Cagliari, and I have an expectation because I've seen him there before. It's familiar. The fans know him. The fans loved him, hated him for going to Como, but it's his return. At the expense of Luperto. What?
No, that was just...
They sell Luperto and they bring back Dossena. So it was...
Luperto wanted to go with Nicola.
Yes.
Only for Nicola to
get, but it
dumped by Dale. No, to get to get fired by Cremonese.
To get given a house by BOV. But it's a move that simply did not work out for Cagliari. They made it work at the end. They lost a steady defender for one that came in and looked shaky, not showing the same qualities he had shown us 2 years ago.
Yes. I went for Sulemana simply because he was a player on the rise. In fact, he ended up joining Atalanta after racking up 1,585 minutes for Cagliari in the 23-24 season.
How many?
1,585
I thought you said
minutes.
5,885. I'm like, what?
And then
Played overtime?
he joined Atalanta and ended up coming back to Cagliari. I believe it was on loan. And he's only managed 7 starts after joining mid-season. From Bologna, sorry, this year. Yes, because he's moved around.
Yes.
Sulemana. And I feel like maybe the fact that he's been moving around so much has hindered his progress, because he is a very nice player to watch. He gets the ball at his feet. He's extremely technical in the middle. He's very press resistant, and he can play a decent ball as well. So,
Yes.
So a bit of a flop for me.
Not a bad shout, brother.
And then we have Adopo for my unsung.
Adopo. Why? I thoroughly enjoyed Adopo this season. To be fair, he did slip my mind in this one.
38 matches played. All-rounder. Can
Fuck.
do everything in midfield.
You're right.
He was sensational.
Amazing. I missed that.
He was very good. Yeah.
He was very good.
Yeah.
He was very good. And I was surprised to see his passing abilities as well this season.
And his contribution offensively in general. Like even his shooting, man, he had a few good shots.
He's a bit more of a box-to-box, Adopo.
He only managed 1 goal and 2 assists in the final third, but he's more action-packed than that. You know?
Yeah. Yeri fucking Mina. There's no need to explain. I do not have any stats to back this choice. The only stat I have is look up Como against Cagliari, where Morata had to leave the pitch because of what Yeri Mina did to him. Yeri Mina I like women, people, and footballers that have something to them. You gotta drink, you gotta play checkers.
Let's break it down. Starting with women, what do you mean?
Have something to you. Have a septum piercing. Have a cool tattoo. Like football, you know? All women are beautiful.
Now, please note, Matthew has a nose piercing, tattoos, and he likes football.
So does my girlfriend. She has all those things. People. So, okay, Joy, relax, man. Have something to you. Drink, Allah. Have something to you. Footballers have a quality that makes you stand out. If you're not the best technically, piss people off. Get people sent off. Like Joey Barton was a shit footballer, bro. Shit footballer. Spent his entire career in the Premier League because he had something to him. Yeri Mina has something to him. He's an absolute bully on the pitch. And when you go to Sardinia and you think it's going to be a walkover and you could easily beat Cagliari, you could score 2 goals and then you come up against Yeri fucking Mina. Good luck, bro.
Absolutely, bro. From the streets of Guachena in Colombia.
Guaxin, baby, Guaxin. And he's a machine from Guaxin, Fiorentina.
Absolutely. Can't believe he has Barcelona on his CV.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Adama Traore on the left, Yeri Mina in the middle.
Brilliant. So, that's a good shout, man. Just good to mention him always.
Yeah. Yeri Mina. Fiorentina.
You're up.
Top Dodo.
Oh, I forgot Dodo.
Flop Moise Kean. Unsung Hero Fagioli.
Okay.
This is the further we go down, the more
the
we're
harder
going to
it gets.
disagree. Yeah, yes.
I'm gonna have Mandragora as my top.
I thought about it.
Goodmanson as my flop.
Oof.
Honestly, and I will pick you 100 times out of 100 times because I used to love you so much, Goodmanson. You know what you've done to me. Harrison is my unsung hero.
Fair enough as well. Fair enough.
Let's break it down.
Let's break it down.
So
Let's buzz down.
I put Mandragora simply because of what he represents spiritually over there.
Shoot!
Yeah, he is the... I think they didn't get relegated. A big part of why they didn't go crashing completely and just lose every game in the first part of the season, especially in the first third, was because of Mandragora's drive. He was the only one looking around like actually aware of what was going on and trying to motivate his teammates. Everyone looked like all of Fiorentina for the first 2/3 of the season. The entire Fiorentina team looked like deer in headlights. Mandragora was the only one actually trying to gather the troops and rally and all that. And he led by example as well, because he ended up scoring 7 goals and got himself 3 assists on a team that was fighting relegation for the majority of the season. And I just thought that he was great. He was a fighter.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I thought about him for a long, hard time. I just simply think Dodo's on another level when you compare him technically
right. Yes, it's true.
to all the other Fiorentina players. Among the most successful dribbles and recoveries in the league, 94th percentile for created chances and touches in the opposition box. So he defends, he attacks, he dribbles. He's just so impressive, and for me, in that sense, it's a no-brainer. Like, if you take any of the players out of the Fiorentina team, which one of them could start at all these other teams? Who can replace Dumfries at Inter, who can, fit into all of these teams? I think Dodo walks into most, if not all, of the Serie A teams. I think he's that good.
Fair enough.
Flop, you went Goodmanson.
Yes, bro.
I went Moise Kean.
Now, the reason I didn't go Keane was because Keane had one very good season last season that was extremely good compared to his typical standard. And it's true that this season he flopped and he was nowhere near himself. But we don't have enough of Albert Goodmanson.
But
basically, my point
is that not true for Goodmanson as well?
Goodmanson had 3 top years at Genoa. One of them, granted, in Serie B.
One, we saw him have one great season at Genoa, and he got snapped up immediately.
No, but he was there for 3 years. In Serie B, he was a menace as well. Granted, his play style was just different, and he was.
Let's talk about Serie B though.
Yes,
So
okay,
what he did in Serie A, he had one season.
For me, Albert, what pisses me off is he looks complacent nowadays. He looked hungry at Genoa, and he looked like he wanted the ball and he wanted to play. Nowadays, when I watch Goodmanson, he doesn't even look like he wants to play. And even aesthetically, man, before I know, like before honestly, bro, he was just this guy who would buzz his head. He had Albert on the back of his kit, man. He'd get the ball and he'd just sauce, you know what I mean?
I know, bro.
Nowadays, he looks like a prince, you know what I mean? No,
Achilles.
No. Yeah.
Looks like Achilles.
But obviously, the biggest drop is...
Because you have, all right, a player that scored 19 goals last season, okay, who had offers for 60 million, 70 million to leave the club. He stays, he has 15 expected goals, and he scores 8.
Yeah, that's terrible.
He scores 8.
Yeah.
Terrible season. And he could have upgraded last season, and now I think he's best off staying where he is and trying to replicate the form that he found last season.
Look at the picture they put on on Goodmanson's Wikipedia, man. That's a shout, huh?
That's weird, huh?
That's weird. I'll show the camera while I have it. I'm not sure anything will show, but
I love these.
Straight up.
Do you remember the one where we go, is it showing Nick? He goes, yep.
It's
you
my
can't see anything. Like. Unsung Fagioli. Why, Matt? This is why. Because he's one of the best passers in the league. He averages 74 touches per 90 for Fiorentina, which is mental. He's so direct for a number 6. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the best passers in the league, genuinely. And Fagioli, I'm so glad he's over that shitty period,
Gambling
man. Because
thing.
he's playing now, man.
Yeah.
And he was, I know you mentioned Mandragora, whatever. I thought he was even their best midfielder towards...
No, technically, he was the
Wow.
best with the ball at his feet. And he controlled the tempo and everything. A little bit rusty sometimes. I didn't put him as my unsung because there was a bit of an outcry when he wasn't called up to the Italian national team. So he's rated.
But then, exactly, but that's why I put him there. Because he wasn't called up for the Italian national team.
Fair, bro.
Who's your unsung?
Harrison, man.
Yes.
Simply because he joined halfway through the season, right? He racked up 979 minutes in 10 starts, 1 goal and 3 assists. To be honest with you, he gave them something, a bit of balance that they really lacked, I thought. And he isn't anything special in the final third whatsoever, but he's such a hard worker that I think having more players like that on the pitch really helps Fiorentina survive.
When he was the first time he went on Love Island and we saw him with Lauren. I liked him, but then he hurt her a lot and had to leave with her. Then when I saw him with Belle, I'm like, this guy's just a cop out at this point, just going for whoever's left single.
Fair enough. So your final opinion of him is just a bit of a cop out.
Harrison, if you watch Love Island, he's notorious. Funnily enough, he's a centre back as well, the Harrison I'm talking about. But effort, no? And Juric, Madonna, Vanoli clearly played him for one reason. He's not the most technical, but he's going to give you 110%. The reason Fiorentina weren't as good this season and they almost got relegated is because a lot of players didn't give 100%. Bring in the amateur that's going to give you 100%. You know, it's as simple as that, rather than the star that's going to give you 5%.
Yeah. Genoa?
You go.
Top, Ostigard. Flop. 1 second, this is right. Yeah. Cornet.
Okay.
And unsung hero, Vitinha.
All different.
Okay, good.
Top, Colombo.
Respect.
Flop, Stanchu.
Ooh.
Unsung, a friend of you, a friend of me, a friend of Rupp. Friend Rupp. Is he unsung because Milan wanted him, whatever? Friend Rupp.
Listen.
Yes?
Let's talk about our tops first. So Colombo is obviously great. I enjoyed him this season. I thought he had a good season. He still has yet to hit that number 10, but I feel like Colombo will only get better, and I don't think his play style puts him in a hurry to improve very quickly. He can be 31 and actually hit his prime. 32, you know what I mean? Because he's
got the left foot of a friggin' horse.
Yeah, he just needs to calm down. He plays with a little bit of too much urgency, I think, and that affects his game. I put Ostigard as the top because he is obviously pivotal at the back. I mean, he struggles a little bit with interceptions and tackles. He's not the best defender in the world, but he still has very good stats and he still performs very well in other aspects of his game. And I also respect the fact that he is also an offensive solution, and he's the go-to offensive solution. So whenever they have a set piece or anything like that, they try to play off him, which I really enjoy. I thought he was a very important piece of this Genoa team.
No, absolutely. He's
5 goals as well,
the Dragoshin replacement in that sense. And I thought about Ostigard as well. I thought there was a bit of a dip in his goal scoring form towards the end. I feel like they all came in like 10 games, those because 5 goals.
They had enough points to create a safety net, so they didn't really need to risk that, perhaps. Yeah.
I put Colombo not only because of his goals, 7 goals and 1 assist, but Genoa weren't exactly a team that were creating multiple chances. Colombo, the fact that he was always on the shoulder of the last defender, sprinting and making those runs and creating opportunities to be found and to break those lines. How many times did you see him sprinting with a defender by his side just a bit too wide to get a proper shot away, but he hits the post or works the goalkeeper from a tight angle or tries to cross it and it goes to nobody. He works hard, man. That drive that he has in the front line it's completely replaceable. Don't get me wrong, but then he also found the net at important times. This is also a guy that under Vieira struggled. Vieira wasn't giving him any time on the pitch, and then De Rossi came in and put his hand on his shoulder. And I root for Colombo because he's constantly being loaned out of Milan. Now it's gonna be made permanent, I believe, at Genoa. If not already, I think there's an automatic trigger. Like if they survive relegation. But he has spent a season at Lecce. He spent a season here. He spent a Empoli, Monza. Here, there, Monza, Madonna, Genoa. How can he settle? And I think he fit really well into this team.
I think so. This is the year of Colombo. Yes.
Flop Stanchu.
Stanchu is excellent as a shout, bro, because to be honest, I totally forgot about him because he left halfway through the season. He barely played. I don't know. And he missed the penalty against
He
Milan.
played
right?
4 games, skied that penalty with the assist from Pavlovic. He left the club immediately to join Dalian Yingbo. Shout out to Dalian Yingbo. Come on, Stanchu.
What are they
We were
doing
very
together?
excited. Huh?
What's he doing with Dalian?
What's he doing?
Yeah, Dalian sounds like a guy.
Dalian.
Where is that the new Ripman?
I don't friggin' think
don't
so.
think so.
Dalian
Dalian
Yingbo. I think
has
it
a bit
sounds
of a-
Asian.
A weird career, Stanchu. Spent a lot of time in.
Is this
in
the
Saudi, I think.
Chinese league, CSL? Dalian Yingbo Football Club, currently known as Dalian Yingbo Ocean Development for sponsorship
Chinese,
reasons,
Yeah,
is a Chinese professional football club based in Dalian, Liaoning.
nice.
Thank you.
know
But
what, man,
we
he's a
had
man of
hype
the earth.
for Stancho from the Euros.
yes,
You
yes.
know, he's a high caliber player. But that being said, Genoa had such a weird market. There was like Carboni that
as well
disappeared.
Could be a flop
What
as well.
the
yeah.
Sigma?
Cornet only had one start and 8 appearances in total. Just 121 minutes played all season.
Christ,
And he
man.
was pretty
He was
decent
good
last
last
year, yeah.
season. He was good.
He was good, yeah. That's another interesting flop. Not sure what happened to him.
Mhm.
And then unsung hero, I put Vitinha, simply because he doesn't score a lot, right? 5 goals, 1 assist. But he plays a lot, 35 appearances, often available. He's very technical, although wasteful, we have to say everything. But the best part about him is how hard he works. And having the likes of Colombo and Vitinha up front who work their socks off really helped Genoa survive this season.
I don't disagree with you about Vitinha. I think he's found his place as well. I think he was in the... He had a big move, which I think he was signed for like 30 million somewhere, and then he flopped,
Really?
and he was in a bad place. I'd spoken about it once on the pod, but can you look up his career a little bit?
So
He was at a big club, Vitinha. He was at quite a big club.
Vitinha was at Marseille.
There you go.
He had
That's what
32
it
appearances and 5 goals for Marseille.
He flopped.
They bought him for 32
There you
million
go.
euros. Yes, they broke a record
That's it.
from Braga.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He was in a bad place. My unsung is Friendrup. As always, he's the silent hero of this team. Someone that probably could have joined Milan last summer, but decided to stay at Genoa.
Let's play a
He's-
game. How old is Friendrup?
29.
25.
Oh!
He's young. I thought
He's
he was
very
older as
young.
well, yeah.
I was going to say 28.
He's a
already.
refined player for 25.
Very refined. He's among the best percentile in defensive contributions from midfield, and he made 99 tackles from midfield this season. For context, that is 40 more than Johan Vasquez,
Wow.
their starting centre-back, who played like 36 matches this
He's
season.
been at Genoa since 2022, and he's racked up 155 appearances.
Yes, the Danish man. Friendrup, a friend of you, a friend of me, a friend of Rup. Lecce, you go.
Top, Thiago Gabriel.
Mhm.
Flop, Sotil. Unsung hero, Pierotti.
Top, Lamin Banda.
Nice.
Flop, Camarda. Unsung hero, Thiago Gabriel.
We're going to have a problem out with that Camarda pick.
Say what you want, we all had higher hopes. Admit it or not, we all did.
Yes, it's true, but Lecce only played football in the last 5 games of the season.
Sure.
What's a teenager
That's
gonna
not
do?
what we're talking about here. we're talking about tops, flops, and unsung
But
heroes.
there's context to it.
They got rid of Kirstovic, they put all their faith
They
in...
brought in someone like Stulic who really struggled as well, for example.
They were starting Camarda in the beginning.
Yes,
they were
yes,
starting
yes.
Camarda.
But Stulic is a striker with more experience than Camarda, and even he struggled.
Sure, but Camarda's a freak of nature.
Yes,
As in,
yes.
I get that he's a 16-year-old, bro. Don't think I'm
Yeah.
like overlooking that. Did you have higher hopes than 1 goal?
I was hoping he would score more than 1 goal, yes.
I thought he would.
I don't know if I thought he would hit the ground running for it. I thought maybe he would get 3-4 goals in a season, to be honest with you, yes. But I just think that it's so difficult and with a club like Lecce, man, who are always going to go for... I know there was a... Sorry, let me finish my sentence. They always want to go for the experienced players because every match is so important and every situation is so important.
Yes, yes.
Right? therefore, that made it hard for him to get minutes, even though there were, of course, clauses in his contract that awarded Lecce every time he would play, whatever. But I think it's a little bit harsh simply because of his age, to be honest. That's all. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I had high hopes for him.
Fair enough, fair
And a name like that, like, okay, he's 16-year-old, but he's for Lecce signing the young starlet of Milan, you know, it's a gamble, but it's also kind of a luxurious signing. Like, this could either go incredibly well, or it might
a
look
risky
like
one,
he's a 16-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
But he just, you know, he missed the penalty. Okay, Vanya saved it, whatever.
yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
he's there. He was given the stage, was given the opportunity, and he got one goal.
Okay. For example, for me, Sotil also came from Milan, right? But you expect someone like Sotil who played.
Sotil was injured.
So was Camardo. Camardo did his shoulder. You know, Sotil, bro, managed 13 starts, only 1 goal, 2 assists. And he came from Milan. He has Fiorentina on his CV. And let's be real, I watched Sotil play in those bloody 13 games. He wasn't great. Huh?
I thought he was good.
He brought a lot of energy, but
Yes.
that's what he always brings. There was no...
He was getting the ball in the box.
Yeah,
I thought he was doing a decent job of that. I
Fair,
thought
fair.
they could have used him. But then Lamine Banda rocked
Lamine.
up. Lamine. He's my top, Lamine, because he's their top contributor, first and foremost. An absolute handful when he plays. I completely understand that he's not always on
Where
it,
would
and
he
sometimes...
be in the first 15 games of the season?
I know, but that's my main point. He turned up when it was most important. That is 2 goals and 1 assist in their last 4. The one that he didn't contribute in was the Juve game where they lost 1-0. You know, he contributed in the Sassuolo game where they won 3-2. He contributed on the last game of the season when they beat Genoa.
Yes, yeah.
There's another game he contributed in.
Yeah, he is. He's a big moments player, and he's made this a habit. He's made a career out of this, literally.
Literally.
Banda, one of my favorites.
And you went Thiago Gabriel, who I put as unsung. So let's talk about him.
So Thiago Gabriel is the breakout defender of the season. I think he carried Lecce's defense, be it with Gaspar or with Siebert later on. 37 appearances. He had to organize the defense to get victories because Lecce were never going to score more than 1 or 2 goals per game. So it was pivotal that they wouldn't concede much. And Thiago Gabriel, despite his skinny frame, always did a very good job defensively.
I completely agree, and his statistics back up what we saw on the pitch. We're talking 227 duels won, 124 aerial duels won, 243 clearances. Simply not only a breakout season for him, but also one of the best defenders in the league this season.
Yeah.
It's beautiful when you find a talent like that at Lecce, because you, rather than coming up through the ranks at one of the big teams, is because you see them struggle. You see them have to deal with all those balls coming into your box when you're trying to defend against Roma or Juve or Inter or Milan or Napoli. A measly Lecce in that sense. So I really enjoyed Thiago Gabriel this season. So who was your unsung, and then?
My unsung was Pierotti.
Fair.
Yes. I thought he was just as important as Banda towards the end of the season, especially in connecting the midfield and sometimes even the defense to that attack, because his carries are very impressive. 37 appearances, 2,613 minutes played this season. Only 1 goal and 2 assists, but a key player that kept them up.
Yeah, I completely agreed, and I really enjoyed him towards the end of the season as well.
Yeah.
A bit of a horse as well.
We have Cremonese. Top, I assume I have the same one. You're up, I think.
Yes, I am. So for top, Bonazzoli, flop Sanabria, unsung Van de Putte.
I have top Bonazzoli, flop Sanabria, and unsung Grassi.
Okay.
Now, I didn't put Van de Putte.
Because he sung.
No, not because he sung, because I had higher expectations of him, actually. coming.
Interesting.
I thought he was going to be a pretty impressive player, when in reality I thought he was often a step behind. Where am I?
That's something. It's going back.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
But you just
Continue.
went back on the live YouTube broadcast and was rewinded.
was
and I
alone.
wasn't there. Yes. Van de Putte, yes. He disappointed me a little bit, to be honest with you, man.
I don't know, because he got 5 assists this season. If you go on his chance created stats, where is it? Chances created, he's in the 96th percentile for them. Big chances created, he's also in the 96th percentile. Successful crosses, also in the 96th percentile.
Yeah, fair.
I thought he created quite a bit for them in that sense. Maybe he didn't pass the eye test, and then when you look at the stats, it's like another thing.
They could be a bit inflated because it was so easily dealt with in most games.
So who did you put as your unsung?
My unsung is Grassi.
Now tell me about him.
Grassi is a player who has been around for ages and has always been decent at everything, but good at nothing in reality. Like not very good at anything. But this year I thought that he was a little bit better. I thought he worked really hard, and he was solid in possession and in the defensive phase, and I thought it was his best Serie A season so far. He even racked up 1,754 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was his most comfortable season in Serie A so far.
Fair enough, I can't argue with that, to be honest. I like, I'm just looking at his stats over here as well. Great interception stats, good clearance stats, which for a team like Cremonese are always important because they're very often on the back foot. I can't argue with that. But we both went Bonazzoli for top, Sanabria as flop, just to speed it up a little bit. I think we can agree that when a striker for Cremonese, who have the same team that have Jamie Vardy, gets 10 goals and 1 assist in Serie A, which is the same amount of goals as Kenan Yildiz, Kirstovic, Davis, McTominay, Scamacca and Orsolini, simply has to be the top, right?
Exactly, yes. Bonazzoli's a high-octane player. Love watching him.
Yeah. And why do you put Sanabria as your flop?
Sanabria simply did not play enough, did not score enough. He underperformed his XG. His XG was 2.92 and he only scored 1, for example. 941 minutes played and only 10 starts. I expected more from him, to be honest, because he was actually still doing decently at Torino before he joined.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can move on to Hellas Verona. Now this is interesting, because okay, let's just get into it. I'll go top, Orban. Flop, Mosquera.
Ooh, okay.
Unsung hero, Broderick.
Okay. I've gone Orban. Unfortunately, Orban. I didn't want to put him, but I had to. Flop, Sar.
Okay.
Unsung hero, Victor Nelson.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Orban, top contributor. No 7 goals, 2 assists.
The most dangerous player on the pitch by far. Often selfish, it's true, and very wasteful as well. That is also true. But he was the best player on the pitch. It's a shame.
He punches fans.
He had to attack his fans. But
3.76 shots per 90.
he would force most of them as well, which is good. It's good to have on a relegation side. Yes, he's a talented player. It's a shame about the personality.
The attitude.
The attitude, yeah. Flop.
I'm surprised it didn't go Sar because I've heard you talk shit about Sar when we were watching Hellas play.
Yes, I thought it was really bad. But Mosquera, man, as well. Like with Giovane being sold, Orban with this controversial personality, and Mosquera still can't win a spot. Like, this is your second year in Italy now. You know, we get that spot, make it yours.
And that's kind of the same rationale I had for Sar, really. It's his second season in Serie A. Last season he managed 4 goals. This season he didn't manage a single one. He started just 9 games and he looked really underwhelming throughout. He had a game, bro. He was just missing sitter after sitter after sitter. Same reasoning, different player, no? Mosquera and Sar.
Literally.
Unsung hero. I have gone Victor Nelson. He started 37 matches out of 38. He's in the top 100 percentile for defensive contributions, interceptions and clearances, and in the top 98 percentile for duels won.
Solid defender. And to be honest, they didn't...
On loan, I believe,
them
Victor
in the
Nelson is probably back off to where he came from.
Victor Nelson.
Victor Nelson.
From Rome, of course.
No, that's Galatasaray.
Is he from?
I think he was linked. Or is he on loan from Roma? Did
I
he
think
join
so.
Roma
I think
from
that might
I
be.
remember him at Galatasaray because
Let's have a look.
Atalanta wanted me to sign him on FM. Current club Hellas Verona on loan from Galatasaray.
on loan from Galatasaray.
He was at Roma though.
And they
He
sold
did- he
him
did
to
the season
Galatasaray.
at Roma,
I
yeah.
remember him in fact there, but no, I remember him in the kit. I don't actually remember how he played at Roma. I went for Bradaric. Bradaric, I thought simply, I mean, this is based on the eye test. I didn't do any other stats, but every time I watched him, I felt bad for him because of how hard he was working and how decently he was playing. But it never really. He doesn't have enough. He doesn't have much more to give to actually contribute in the final phase of the game. But I thought that he wore his heart on his sleeve and he worked really hard.
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, shout out to Freza, who was going to be my top.
I thought about Fraser. I thought about you a lot, Fraser. Pisa, obviously the last team. Stay tuned and then for our top 11 of the season with one player from each team. And you'll also get to see our patrons and we will react to them live. Top for Pisa, Moreo.
Agreed.
Flop for Pisa, Illing Jr.
Okay.
Unsung hero for Pisa, Angori.
Ooh, nice, bro. I went top Moreo, flop Stengs, and
Nice
unsung
with
hero
Stengs.
Abisher.
Nice, all very
Yeah.
nice. Moreo, I thought it was tight with Lerisa.
Yes.
I thought Leris was really good for them. But
Moreo was actually one of the only players on Pisa who didn't look out of place when it came to his actual technical ability and his ability to play football. He had 7 goals and 1 assist. He played 37 times, and that's the best compliment I can give him. Is he didn't look out of place on this pitch.
and also for a team like 7 goals and 1 assist for a team that only managed 26 goals. He scored 2 goals against Inter. He had various defensive contributions because of his aerial ability, and also just the reason I gave it to him over Leris is because despite him being a striker and Leris playing wide, he still managed to create more chances than Leris. So he was also dropping deep and making things work for them. Kind of reminds me of Illich, if obviously you know Illich wasn't that good.
Illich from Wish.
Exactly. Flop. I'm surprised you didn't go Illing Jr. or Duros in me.
Duros and me is a record signing for them, and he only scored 1 goal. Brought in halfway through the season. Illing Jr. also brought in halfway through the season, I believe. Stengs was there from the beginning. He had some injury issues, but he only ended up playing 4 times and never started a game. This is a guy who came from Feyenoord, who has also played for AZ and who has played for Nice. You're telling me this guy can't play more than 4 times for Pisa?
You're right.
What the hell? Honestly,
You're right.
I'm not sure what happened. Surely it must be something off the pitch, but flop for me. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say Illing Jr. because imagine that. What you just said. But the teams are Juve and Aston Villa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same rationale again. Only started 1 match.
Yeah.
This is a team that got relegated. Pisa, the worst team in the league. How the fuck didn't Illing Jr. get more minutes? What's wrong with him, bro? What is wrong with Illing Jr.? I don't get it. Unsung hero Angori, probably their
Should be
most
the episode title, man. What is wrong with
Illing Jr.? If we were still cool, we'd do that. We're still cool, yeah, Matt. Unsung hero Angori.
Don't talk to yourself. They already don't know who Jake is and
Guys.
who Matt is. If you're saying don't say that,
Okay,
Matt, you're
people
gonna
listening on
confuse everyone.
Spotify without watching YouTube. Who's this?
And who's this?
Amazing. Probably the most consistent player, Angori. He kept Quadrado out of the team. He draws fouls, he crosses the ball well, and he contributed fairly to the defense as well. Still 22 years old. I think he's one of the players that could actually stay in Serie A, Angori.
Yeah, he was decent, man. He looked a little bit scared sometimes from his face. He has a scared face.
What, look like
Angori.
this?
A little bit, actually,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Guess how many minutes Abisher played? You're not going to guess. 2,900.
I was actually going to say 3,000, so I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
have been far off.
Bro, Abisher, I mean, again, refined player. Kind of like the mold of Freuler, Frendrup, Derun, that type of player. Dictator of tempo. He was fine, especially under Gilardino.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was good. I thought that they were just much better under Giuliano as a whole.
Yeah, totally. I can't believe what they did to themselves, man, Pisa. But anyway, that is the end of part 1. Sorry, part 1 was over 2 hours. We just spoke about 60 players, guys, alright?
That's
like,
true.
That's
This is the ultimate guy catch-up.
literally.
Where you just sit down, you don't say anything, you just mention players randomly.
I love
Okay, Ske Honda.
Tarapt. Stop, I get emotional.
Berbatov.
Jeremy Menez. Anyway, let's jump to the part where we tell you guys our starting 11 of the season using only one player from each team. Now, we are going to react to our own. We did not look at each other's or plan together or anything like that, so we have individual teams. And then we're also going to react to our patrons' teams who we haven't seen yet. There's many routes you can go. What goalkeeper do you take? Do you take Inter's striker, Inter's left wing back?
So many dilemmas.
So many dilemmas. But just live to our producer, Tyson, we are going to start from my team.
And that
Okay.
being Matthew.
That being that being Matt or Matthew Fennick. So I'll start. I have in goal Carnesecchi from Atalanta, a back three of Muharemovic, Thiago Gabriel, and Sole. So there's a 3-5-2, by the way. I have Di Marco on the left,
No, bro, this is going to be bad, huh?
Palestra on the right, a midfield three of Modric, McTominay, and Paz, and the front two of Malen and Yildiz.
Thank God we collected 11s from our patrons because we have one difference between our teams, bro. It's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, Tyson hinted that there's
I have a 3-5-2 as well with Carnesecchi.
that was a
in goal.
rule for us.
Yes.
So that'd be 3-5-2, me and Jake.
Even if it wasn't, I would have gone it simply because it allows you to play players in their best positions.
Sure.
You know, I went for the same logic, bro. I took Yildiz and Malen up front. I did DeMarco on the left, Palestra on the right, with Modric, McTominay, and Paz in the middle, like you said, exactly. But then my difference is in defense. I have Gila instead of Thiago Gabriel, and to be honest, even if you swap them, I wouldn't even be upset.
Uh-huh.
I just put Gila for this, you know, just so he can stick his tongue
So
out at opponents.
I like I always say, Gila, whenever I've watched him, he was great. Particularly in the game against Milan, I hated him because he was so fucking good, so accurate, so aggressive. But I don't think it was as consistent as someone like Thiago Gabriel was throughout the majority of the campaign. And I just went through the exercise of getting Muharemovic stats, Gabriel stats, Soles stats, and Gila stats, because those were my four kind of that I had to make a decision on. And I put them all next to each other, and simply Gila was the worst one statistically.
Okay.
Which pushed me more to take Thiago Gabriel. I also enjoy taking a Lecce player more than I do a Lazio player,
Fair, yeah.
and I kind of took an element of satisfaction from not having a Lazio player in this team.
I thought to myself, if I were a striker and I had to look up at the most formidable haram ball defense in the league, would I rather look at Sole, Muharemovic, and Thiago Gabriel, or Sole, Muharemovic, and Gila?
Or
And I think this one scares me more. Now, I know Thiago Gabriel is more refined, but I just went for a team that will just kill you on set pieces, you know what I mean? A team that would be
there's
that
not
would
more
crunch
refined.
into-
Tahila's more refined, but Thiago Gabriel
No,
just had
Thiago
a better
Gabriel
season.
has a very elegant style to the
Yes.
game, man. I
Yes.
am super
It was
impressed by him.
hilarious seeing him next to Siebert, because then Siebert is that like classic crusher, and then Thiago Gabriel was more refined.
Yeah.
But those are our teams. Now imagine this: Muharemovic, Sole, Yeri, fucking mean. But anyway, now I'm gonna pull up the teams of our patrons,
Yes.
starting off with Alan, the champion of our
fantasy
fantasy football league. We know where you live. So I'm just looking at Alan's for the first time over here. So he's got a 3-5-2. So he's gone Carnesecchi in goal, backline of Gila, Kalulu, and Gabriel, Di Marco on the left, Palestra on the right, Midfield trio of McTominay, Modric and Paz, with Malin and Lauriante up top. Alan,
I love it.
Very nice, bro.
Good
Very
shout
nice.
with Kalulu, man, over Bremer even, because
Great
Kalulu had a
shout.
very consistent year.
And then Lauriante over Yildiz also makes sense with his statistics. 9
Yes.
goals, 7 assists. It's the same amount of contributions as Yildiz, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes, 16. They
Yeah.
each have 16 contributions. But this is just more hipster, eh?
It is. It's a nice team. Well done.
Amazing, Alan. I love this. Next up, we have Brandon's team. Let's see what Brandon's
Ooh,
cooked
we've got a
up for us.
4-2-3-1.
Oh my god,
here.
we've got a 4-2-3-1. We've got Carnesecchi in goal. We've got a back line of Palestra, Ostigard, Solé and DiMarco. Double pivot of McTominay and Modric with Paz just ahead of them. Yildiz on the left, Berardi on the right, Malin up front. That is also nice.
It is nice. My issue here would be, my main one is Berardi. I think he can do better.
I think so as well. He's the one that stands out to me.
Of course, he's a great player and everything, but when it comes to the season, you know,
Mhm.
like Lauriante was better against
Yes.
Sassuolo. I know he doesn't play that position, but I have the right wingers who could surely you can find.
Not Orsolini.
No. Napolitano.
Maybe to a degree you could start to consider Salemakers.
No, I mean, to be fair, for his system, because he went for a 4-2-3-1, Berardi has to be there, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Ostigard, fuck it, let's go. I mean, you don't have really a dominant player in the air if you're attacking from set pieces. So you have Solé and Ostigard to go up, because we talked about functionality in the
Yeah.
chat as well. You can put McTominay up there as well. You have a few aerial threats.
So far, undisputed Carnesecchi, undisputed DiMarco Palestra, undisputed McTominay, Modric, Paz in
And
midfield, undisputed Malin up front as well. We're
what
seeing a
might
team.
not work with Brandon's team is the wing backs.
Yes.
With 2 centre backs. That
Yes.
would be risky there with Palestra.
Because
and
these are
DiMarco.
two that like to go
Yeah.
forward as well. You'll find
Exactly.
Solé chilling by
This
Malin
is an excellent
very
Fanta
often.
Calcio team.
It is. It's a great Fanta team. Next up, we go to Daniel.
Does he have
Sorry,
Inter's
you
11?
can't do. I was about to say you can't do Inter's 11.
Oh,
So again, we have Carnesecchi in goal. Again, we have DiMarco Palestra, Gabriel and Solé at the back. Nice. Midfield 3 of McTominay, Paz and Malinowski. Oh, he doesn't have a Milan guy. He
didn't
go
Milan
for
player.
Modric. What a wanker. Malinowski. Fair to a degree.
is it fair to a degree? Malinowski.
I
didn't
wouldn't have put Malinowski.
no,
I wouldn't have put
He's a
Malinowski.
good player with a nice shot, but after that season, it wasn't.
He's gone
particularly great.
Strefezza, Lauriante, Malin.
Yeah, he had 28 starts, 6 goals and 3 assists. Malinowski. I mean, fair enough. Strefezza's a weird shout there. Yeah, I mean, surely you go
It is a weird shout.
again, but right wingers in Italy, right? He
but in
he
that
took
case,
Lauriante,
but
so he couldn't play Berardi.
I'm pretty sure Daniel chose the formation according to who he wanted to include. He could have gone a 3-5-2 if he didn't want Strefezza there. Yeah,
Strefezza's funny as a shout.
Strefezza's the weirdest one. Malinowski's second weirdest.
I mean, he came in halfway through the season as well. Like he played 14 games, scored 2 goals, and got 2 assists. I mean, maybe he just really respects the player.
Is it because did he score against Milan, man? Is that
No,
why he's doing it?
Troilo scored against
Troilo
Milan.
scored.
He forced it in by
But
fouling.
was it
Manja.
2-1 that we lost to Parma?
Let me look at that, man.
Dude, if this is what he's done. If this is what he's done to me, I'm increasing the price of Patreon, man.
No, 1-0. we lost Troilo, yeah.
Okay. You get away with it this time, Daniel. Next up, we have...
Matthias?
Oh, that's your team?
Yeah.
Matthias' team. So another 4-3-3. Another undisputed Carnesecchi, Palestra, DiMarco. He's gone Gabriel and Buongiorno at the back. I don't know about Buongiorno
Buongiorno, Matt.
at all.
That's a weird shout, huh?
I thought he was shit this season.
Yeah. I
Buongiorno.
thought he was really poor when it came to. There were when I was looking at his statistics. Actually, he still performs decently in most situations, but there was one that stood out like a sore thumb. Let me find it exactly. he excels at interceptions, recoveries, and duels, but exactly his tackling was really poor, and his awareness in general. Now, his awareness simply, it's not a metric that you can actually, you can't assess it, you know. But you can see on the picture he just wasn't locked in. This year, man.
I just think there are
Allowed too many players behind him, lost the ball too many times.
even if that's not the case, I think there's so many centre backs that just had a better season than Buongiorno. I like
Rahmani, for example.
I like the midfield of Atta, Paz, and Locatelli.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It is.
Orsolini on the right again. I think it's his worst season in the past 3. So not quite.
But still, in
Again,
this
it's
position,
the problem
it's
with the right wing. Eh?
I mean,
It's
it's
the problem with the right
apparently it's him, Berardi, or Strefezza.
literally 3 different ones, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
I like this midfield though. I like the.
I do
different
like
approach.
the midfield. Lauriante Malin can't.
I'm just
disagree with
shocked
that.
by his. Like, you have Napoli, all those players. You take
Hey.
Buongiorno, and that's weird.
Hey.
Matt, I want to hear from you.
Uh-huh.
Why Buongiorno, please?
See you on the group chat. Norbert. Let's go. Excited for this. So 3-4-3.
Norbert, where's Manyan, man?
Another undisputed Carnesecchi. Another undisputed DeMarco and Palestra. I'll get into that soon. So Carnesecchi, backline of Muharemovic, Troilo, and Sole. Very, very nice, bro. Palestra on the right, DeMarco on the left. Double pivot of McTominay and Rabiot. Very nice. Paz on the left,
I guess this
Yildiz
is
on
like
the right, Malin up top.
3-4-2-1 kind of system with Paz and Yildiz
Yes,
playing behind
it
Malin.
works.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
works. I like this team.
I like the double pivot, man. That's a high energy midfield. Rabiot
Yes.
and McTominay.
Is he leaving anyone obvious out in the center mid roles?
I mean, McTominay.
But he's put Paz there. McTominay's here.
Sorry.
He put Paz there. I like this team, huh? I like this team a lot.
Yeah.
Troilo, he could have gone Hila instead of him.
Yeah.
I like this team.
Yeah, he has Yildiz from you. Okay.
Very
It's a
cool.
nice team.
Very cool. Proset Norb. Robert is up next.
Ooh.
Okay, Robert with a 4-3-3. Okay, I'm liking a few things here.
Yeah.
Manyan in goal. For the first time, we don't have the season's MVP. Manyan in goal. Backline of Palestra, Indica, Sole, and Valle. I guess you either have the MVP or you have the Capocannoniere. He's the first one to make this call.
It's
have the
true.
Capocannoniere.
That's true.
And he's chosen Indica instead of Malin, which is another good decision.
Bro, he went Valle. I like that. Huh?
I like it.
I like it.
I like this team has balls, Robert. Nice. Midfield 3, okay. McTominay, Locatelli, De Ketelare. If this was until February, De Ketelare, I'd say perfect.
How moody, how he dips.
He really did dip. He had a bit of an injury struggle, didn't seem fully fit when he came back, whatever. Lauriante, Lautaro, or Solini once again on the right. Can't argue when you have, that choice of wingers. But Valle over Paz. That's the choice.
It's a weird one. Especially
is a
then when
weird
you look
one.
at Orsolini, because you can technically go with 2
Because
behind.
there you have the opportunity to go, I don't know, if you're not, if you go Paz instead of the Ketelari, you can go Zalewski over there.
Yeah.
You can go
Spinazzola, you can
Spinazzola. No, but you have
But then-
you have McTominay, so you can't go Spinazzola. But
Ah,
you
okay,
can
so you're saying
you can
without
go
touching the team.
Aaron Martin.
Mm.
There are a few.
There are.
But Valla's cool. Just disappointed not to see Paz in there.
But also a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
And now we have Tyson's,
Tyson's,
who is
best
always
for
listening,
last.
the ever-present.
The ever-present Tyson. Okay.
Oh my God, he's
We've
made a
got-
winner.
We've got Pep Guardiola in the house.
Bro,
All right.
what's he cooked? This is a man who plays FM. He's
Yes.
put Lennon Miller in there.
Carnesecchi, Palestra, Gabriel, Bartezaghi, Frendrup, McTominay, Miller, Diaw, Malin, Simeone, Vardy, Tyson.
Thijs, we need to talk, bro. Is this max volume?
I have my reason.
Yeah, please.
Tell
Let's
us, tell
hear
us.
them.
Okay, first of all, it's a very FM coded lineup. I agree. Took some influence from Pep against Arsenal. I call this one the square. It's the same lineup I'm going to beat you guys on FM
Oh,
on Saturday. For the
big
World Cup.
talk, big talk, big talk.
Lennon Miller almost outperformed Modric statistically to many degrees. I think he's not a bad shot, honestly. I just really like the way he plays.
I like Lennon
Yeah.
Miller a lot, to be honest. I thought he had a very strong season as well coming off the bench for Udinese.
The two guys up front, I just have them for vibes, honestly.
Yeah.
Simeone is one of my favorite players, and Vardy. I mean, have you seen the Netflix documentary?
I know what you've done there. I know what you've done. You've kept out any Inter or Juve players. That's exactly what you've done there.
Overall, I think it would actually be a good team, honest. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it would be a good team. Interesting the choice
fact
of
that you have
Diao. I want
One
to.
centre back, bro.
Okay, fair enough, but Fredrup is a halfback.
Okay.
Position he'll drop into.
There's the FM talk. There's the FM talk. Halfback.
Love that. Love it.
I love this
I just
team,
want to do something different than everyone else, honestly. So
bro.
I love it.
Dude, the second I stop you from being yourself, I want you to leave the podcast immediately. Well done, Thijs.
Amazing.
We'll speak to you in a second, bro.
yeah, no worries. Have fun.
Amazing. Thank you.
Amazing. Which was your favorite team?
Oh, nice. Good question. My favorite team was... Oh, so I really like Allen's. I really
Allen's
like
team was
Allen's.
nice.
I really like Allen's.
Brandon's actually.
Brandon's is cool.
My first reaction to Brandon's was a bit weird with Berardi there, but then when I saw the other four at the back systems, I think this might be one of the better ones.
It makes more sense now that I'm seeing it post nut. Not sure about Ostegard. I know.
That would be a fun
the
team to
half.
watch,
It
though.
would
Yeah.
be fun. 4-3-3. This
Daniel,
is
I'm
Daniel.
sorry with Strefezza, bro. I'm not. I just don't
I
get
can't
it.
do it.
Matthias with Buongiorno, I'm a bit weirded out.
Buongiorno, I wouldn't touch Buongiorno ever, to be honest.
More like Buonanotte, am I right?
Hey, like buonasera.
Norbert had something weird as
Norbert,
well, no?
I like, bro.
No, it's a good team, yes.
I like the choice of Troilo. I like the
respect.
choice of Rabiot over Modric. It's interesting and it's refreshing. I like Paz on the wing. I like Yildiz there.
Norbert, this would be a good team for Allegri.
It would be a good team for Allegri. It would be an even better team for Conte, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Robert had Lauriante Orsolini, De Ketelare, Locatelli.
Nice team as well. This, to be
Indica, Valle. There's a cool team by Robert. But I think my favorite is between Norbert and Allen.
honest. I think I'll go Brandon's, man.
You go
I
Brandon's.
think so. I like this team.
Well, you said you weirded out by Berardi, man.
I was originally, but then I said it grew on me after I saw the other
exactly.
systems.
You're right.
Yeah.
I am gonna choose. I'm going Allen, bro. I'm going Allen. I like the Lauriante
Allen
choice.
just can't stop winning, man.
Hey, man. Hey. Now we have to send him a kit.
Of course.
But anyways, guys, that's it from us this week. We'll discuss and let you know what we're going to be doing next week. It is likely
Serie B, bro.
Serie B, Serie B.
We can run down the playoffs and explain what happened, because it feels like they came and went very quickly. We don't need to get into detail. of every
We
single
can
game.
not
We
as
do an
detailed.
overview
We do an overview
and then a
of
breakdown
that.
of the newly promoted
Breakdown
teams.
of the three
Who
newly
owns
promoted
them?
teams.
Who's most likely to stay up? Who are the key players?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Amazing. Good shit. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Serie B. Meet the boys, baby. Woo!
If you like Serie A or have ever liked it in the past, it's a good opportunity for you to listen once a week and you'll get filled in.
In the football weekend, that's like the main dish. But then a few days later, you drop your episode and that's like the dessert. And the dessert is just perfect.
It's good, the cake.
It makes it feel like we're all sitting in a room together, just BSing with each other.
The atmosphere is fantastic.
I promise nobody will ask you to send boob pics.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
I love how you go into so much detail and show so much passion towards each and every team. Literally, no team is left undiscussed.
When I listen to you, it's like I'm talking to you in a pub. It's like I'm chatting to a friend and you're chatting to me.